I'm a product of my environment. I got immigrants, parents that came here with nothing, broke as shit. I had a girlfriend at the time, and I remember talking to her about it, and she was saying like, yo, my mom worked like in this office stuff. She deal with people information all the time and stuff like that. And I'm like, oh, cool. Like try to see if you can get her to like give you some people information. All I need is the name, date of birth, social. That's it.
So let's get into the crimes. Yeah, let's get into the crimes and stuff. So, what started you like into the scam stuff? Like what started you into getting money?
My first ever thing I did, nothing too crazy, but like this is like I was at this point I was just a kid, like probably I was around 16 at this time, just to give you like a background. I was like 16 and I was still going to school at this point. I think I've been to jail once, but nothing about scam. The most I did at that time, like I think that I caught a robbery charge at that time. Came home. And I was just doing like selling weed and stuff. Knew nothing about like scam. Nothing. I didn't know what it was. But I was always a computer guy. Like I was the type of guy like I would take apart like my Xbox, my PlayStation, put it together, go on YouTube, feel me, get guidance just to see what's inside. Like opening remotes in the house and just stuff like that. Like I was like one of them hands on, always on a computer, just looking up shit. So one day I was just on eBay. Um, I was just browsing on eBay, and I was just seeing like I was just doing dumb stuff. Like I put like 10, 20 items in a cart and just see the total amount. Like it could go up to like 500,000 like in the cart. Like just doing like nonsense. Like this just the point I was at, like in my life, just doing like just one of them days, just putting stuff in the car. I'm not thinking about a scam, nothing. And then one day, I put it in the cart and I hit checkout, and I'm just looking at the payment options and stuff. I'm looking at the payment options, and one of them was called Bill Me Later. I don't know if you remember that payment method. It was from back in the you do. Yeah, cause Matt didn't know about it. He looking like, but it was a thing called Bill Me Later. So I'm playing around with it. Boop boop boop. I put my information in the Bill Me Later thing. It didn't work. So I'm like, okay, so this must be based on like people, like probably older people. I'm thinking at this time. This is how I'm thinking, like, it was probably older people with like money or something, or like credit. I know I had to do something with like your credit. So I'm like, that's fascinating. You get what I'm saying? So I think who social? I took one social. I don't know if I had it in my phone. It was so long ago, like over more than 10 years ago. But I found the social and I put it in. I put the name in. I think I asked for the name, date of birth, and social. That's it. No address, nothing. That's like for the shipping information. But name, date of birth, social, or the last four of the social. Either one. It was one of them. I put that in. I had one iPhone in my cart, and I just hit checkout, and it approved. And I'm like, oh shit, like that's crazy. I'm not thinking it's gonna come. I don't put the shipping address to my house and everything. I don't know what I'm doing. So the iPhone come in the mail. I get it. I open it up. Look at it. For me, I'm just playing around with it. Boop boop boop. Yeah, like that'd be crazy, right? So I'm looking, playing around with it. So I end up keeping it. Like I end up like just keeping like, oh, I got a free iPhone, and that was just like the first feeling like I got something free. Like yeah, like I got something free using somebody information like that wasn't mine. Like so it was just a taste. So I'm like, I want to do this again. Like after a while, like a couple of weeks went by, I'm like, I want to do this again. I could probably get stuff, buy stuff, and then now I could sell it to make money. Cause I had a bullshit ass phone at the time. You get what I'm saying? I grew up in a low income neighborhood. Grew up, poor and stuff. So I had a girlfriend at the time, And I remember talking to her about it, and she was saying like, "Yo, my mom worked like in this office stuff. She deal with people information all the time and stuff like that." And I'm like, "Oh, cool. Like try to see if you can get her to like give you some people information. All I need is the name, date of birth, social. That's it. Blah blah blah, or the last four of the social. That's it. So she was just like, I bet. So she went to her mom. Her mom was mad cool for me. Her chick, both. She was with it. Um, she wrote down a couple of socials on a notepad. I remember it was like a yellow notepad. Wrote it down for her, and I went back in the house, and it was just like a hit or miss. I'm putting them in, and I'm just going straight for iPhone. That's what I knew worked. So I was just putting them in. Most of them didn't work. I'm not gonna lie, most of them didn't work, but I got a couple. So we was doing that for a while. I ended up taking it to the Diamond District because I'm a Google freak. So I typed where to sell iPhone in New York City, and then the Diamond District, they they had money since back in the day. So they paying for ad revenues, crazy. So they shit is popping up. Soon as you put buy and sell electronics, anything like buy anything with sell, buying it, they got it. So I ended up going over there, selling it to them. Boom, found out who they was, and that's gonna be important because that's who I end up going to, like selling my stuff I used to get like with the credit cards too. But I went to them, sold it, boom, got the money, and it was just different. Like once that money touched my hand, I'm like in my head, I'm like, oh, like I'm lit. You get what I'm saying? So I was doing that for a while, for a couple of months. It didn't last too long. Couple of months, boop, 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 and I end up I end up breaking up with the chick. Like we got into something personal. I ended up breaking up with her, so it just stopped. Like it just stopped. Like I didn't get the socials no more, and it was cool while it lasted. You get what I'm saying? But that was just like my first taste into it. So a couple of years after that, probably 2 years, like 2 years after that, this is how I get into the credit card, the credit card thing. So boom, so I come home from jail because I had got caught doing an armed robbery with one of my boys when I was 17 going on 18. Got into an armed robbery. We got caught. Went back and forth to court. I ended up beating the case. No, I said, whoa. I ended up beating a gun charge. And they hit me with the robbery. They gave me something called youth offender. It's called the YO, first time felony, under 18. It goes away after like a couple of years. It's a certain amount of years you gotta wait, and it goes away if you don't get into trouble. Yeah, so I had to do a year for that. A city bullet, that's what they call it in New York, city bullet. With good time, it's 8 months. So I went through that. I think I lost like 2 month good time. Came home from that, and when I came home from that, I got a job. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna try to get a job. I was in high school at the time, but I ended up not going back to school. I'm just like, I was just at a bad place, bad time. Didn't have too much motivation to really do much at the time, so never had a job before. So I'm like, I'm gonna get a job, and this is what I'm gonna do for now. So I get a job at McDonald's, working there for a while, boop, boop, boop. And I remember one day, like, just a quick story. I remember one day I'm working there, and then these group of people, they pull up in a drive-thru, and I worked the overnight shift, like the graveyard hours. So they pull up, nice car. I forgot what car it was exactly. They pull up nice cars. They got girls in the car, and they just look lit. Like at this time, I never been outside, never been like around a party scene, nothing. Just a kid working at McDonald's. So I'm like, oh, okay, they look cool. I wonder what they doing. You get what I'm saying? They look like they came from where I'm come from. I know they not working no like real job at the time. You get what I'm saying? So it came to my head like, yo, whatever they doing, like that's what I want to do. And I just remember like one time like he came like like, cause they always use credit cards. So one time he came with a card and it didn't work. So he gave me another card, tried it didn't work. Gave me another card, so he giving me all these cards, and I found it suspicious. I'm like, yo, this dude like steal somebody cars, like. First thing that went in my head, like he stole somebody cars, like he probably broken some people cars, stole their, boom. They didn't pay no mind, but they always would be there, like almost every weekend. I see them, they lit, boom, they park, get their food, park in the parking lot, they going crazy, blasting music, dancing, and I'm just like, nah, they lit. Chains, jewelry's on, designer clothes. I'm just always used to pay attention to that. You get what I'm saying? But cool. I'm like, all right, cool. So one day I'm at my boy's house and one of his friends come over. So one of my friend boys come over to the house. We chilling, we talking and stuff. And something about like jobs came up. Like they was looking for people like with a job because they had something they wanted to do. So I was just like, so my boy was like, yo, my boy over here, like he work at McDonald's. You think he could do it? And then I'm like, do what? Like what's going on? Put me on. And he was like, nah, I got this little black box. So what it was, yeah, it was a reader. I think it's called like a mini XD, but it was just a reader. And he was just telling me like, oh, I want you to swipe cards on here, and then like just try to get as much card as you get, and I'm gonna take it back, and I'm gonna do what I do with it, and I'm gonna make some money, and I'm gonna break you off. So I'm like, cool, feel me? Mind you, I have no idea, like this is a person. If it could be anybody watching, like I'm just as lost as somebody that don't know nothing about scam, never seen scam videos, never seen people talking about scams, nothing. So he hands me the black box, and not knowing what it is. I just know he swipe cards. I get the concept of it. I swipe people cards, and some way he's getting this information and using that information to make money. Whether it's online store, I don't know at this point. So I take the box, I go to work with it, boom, boom, boom. I'm working in McDonald's, and I used to be back and forth from the drive-thru to the register. So some days I work drive-thru, and then some days I work register. So I realized a lot of times I couldn't do it because I'm at the register, and then at the register in the front counter, they swipe their card. They don't hand you the card in the drive-thru. They hand you the card. I could take the card, swipe it on the box, boop. So I wanted to figure out a way, how can I get the cards at the counter, because I'm at the counter more than a drive-thru. You get what I'm saying? I get in the drive-thru sometimes when this dude don't work his days. Like on his days off, I work the drive-thru basically. So I had to figure out a way how to do that at the counter. This is my main spot. And I wanted to work that bad. I want to figure out a way how I could work at the counter, because I wanted to work. Like I'm hungry for money. I don't want to work here no more. This job sucks. I want to make some money. So I thought of an idea. So I had the same thing on Matt interview, and I was reading the comments, and people was just like, oh yeah, I worked at McDonald's. Like he absolutely right. Like that's how the process works. So basically, at like 3-4 in the morning, the register shut down, and when the register shut down, you gotta take the orders manually. Like you gotta write down what they want or whatever the case may be. Tell it to the cook. The cook go back and he make the orders. And once he make it, you give it to the customers, and you take the money and you give them their change, because the register is just outside the drawer. So everything you're doing is on a calculator and on a piece of paper, and then you just taking the money out the drawer, giving them the change, whatever the case may be, telling them to pay like in small bills. Like if your meal costs $8, pay in a 10, don't give us a 20. If your meals cost $15, give us a 20, don't give us a 50, et cetera, et cetera. So I was doing that for a while, along with the black box, and what I was doing, I was taking their orders. Say they order 5 cheeseburgers, 2 fries. I'll tell the cook, make 5 cheeseburgers and 2 fries, and what I put, like, cause you gotta put what you took from the customer, so they could do the math and stuff. So I'll say he wanted 2 cheeseburgers or 3 cheeseburger and 1 fry, and I do the math on that, and what's ever left after I do the math, I keep that. So he paid for the full 5 burgers and 2 fries, but I only charged them for the $3 for the 3 burgers and 1 fry. So I used to keep that money on the back end. So that was another like side hustle I was doing in there along with the box. So with the box, I had to figure out how to get people cards in my hands because they used to swipe it themselves. So what I did at McDonald's, when they go to swipe their card, it's a yellow button at the bottom right. It's crazy how I still remember this because my memory is bad. It's a lot of little details that's hard to remember, the little details. So it used to be a yellow button. It looked like an oval on the right hand bottom hand side of the screen. And once you put their order in, it pops up. You hit a button, it take them to the screen to pay, the register light up, the POS light up, boom. They swipe their card. And once they swipe it, it say processing on their side. And on your side, you gotta still click a button for the receipt to come up to fully process the transaction. So when they swipe the card, I just leave it at the processing screen. So it just say processing. I sit there and act like I'm waiting for the receipt. Sometimes I'll put my hand like by the receipt box, like I'm about to grab it, and I'll just sit there for a little and give it like 30 seconds, and then I'll be like, oh dang, like the machine is doing this again. Like this machine is always always giving problems. So what I end up doing was like, oh, let me go to the back and tell the manager what's going on. Go to the back of the store, act like I'm talking to the manager, come back and like, oh, we gotta do your transaction in the back. Like we got a processor in the back where we could charge the card because this happens sometimes. And they went with it. Like it was a little bit better because I'm trying to remember 12, 13 years ago, but it was well said. You get what I'm saying? Right. Yeah, so that's what I end up doing. So I went back to the front. They'd be like, oh, okay, makes sense because they're still saying processing, so something going on. So they would give me their card. I go to the back, swipe it on the black box, and then come back to the counter and like when they not looking or like very discreetly, I will hit the button. And when I hit the button, as I'm giving them the card, the receipt is coming up. And if you don't, right. And then you got to understand, like a lot of people, like I want to answer some questions too. Like that's why I'm happy I could do like another interview because I could see the question that people have. Like when you swipe it on a black box, it's not charging a card. Like they don't know that their card is being charged. Like all it's doing is just copying the information from the magnetic strip onto the reader, so I could use that card at a later date. But I'm not actually charging a card for nothing. I'm not buying nothing. All I'm doing is just capturing the information on this box and then go back and retrieve that information, clone a card, basically making a clone for their card and then using a card later on. So they don't know that, oh, when I was in McDonald's that this the guy that stole my card, because in reality they still have their actual cards in their pockets. Their card never left their possession, and when it did leave their possession at that timestamp, there's no transactions done on their card. There was nothing done. Something happened to your card 2 weeks later, you probably forgot that you even went to McDonald's. So that
Reader writers.
yeah,
So you can take the same box and you can actually rewrite blank cards with that same. You can take that same box, take a blank card, swipe it, and put information on it.
Yeah,
that's what they're actually doing. I think they take the cards in your capacity, so the guy is swiping, recording all the information on every card that he's getting. Then at a later point, okay, let me clone these cards. So they're taking that same box and they're swiping a blank card, blip, and then they can just choose from the list that they have and then put that card information on that magnetic strip. And then they would put, whatever names and stuff on it
on the cards, yeah, boom. But it's two different boxes. Like the reader and the writer, it could read information, but since it's a writer, it's a little bit bigger. But they got a box only that only just read. Yeah, you don't use it. Yeah, once you plug it in the computer, like now you got the bigger box. Like the one I was using back in the days, it was like this big, but now they got the Bluetooth one where you could do it from your phone. Like it's crazy. Yeah, yeah, that one is just a reader. So I'm getting my car. So that's how I was doing them. Give them their car, give them their car back. Have a nice day. So I'm doing this every day. Every day, did it for a week. Gave him the box back, and let him do what he do. Took the box back from him after he took the information off the box. He cleared it, gave it back to me. Went back. So I did this for about 2 weeks, and I started questioning him about the money. Like, oh, like where's the money? Like what's going on? And he's telling me like he giving me excuses, like run around like, oh, I don't know, what happened to the some of the cars wasn't working. Like he was just giving me a whole bunch of excuses. So I kept doing it for a little longer. I gave it time. I gave it hope. I had hope still. So I'm doing it for a while. Still nothing. Still he's not bringing no money, no nothing. So he just straight eating. You get what I'm saying? And I don't know what's going on behind the scenes. You get what I'm saying? So I think like probably like the third, fourth week, I'm like, all right, that's it. Like I give you it this time. I'm not taking it back until I get money. So that's where it ended. So what he ended up doing, he just like, you know what? He tried to stay on my good side, So he was like, I'm gonna give you a couple of cards, and you can go try them. Like from the last one, he was like, they should be good. I'm gonna just give you a couple of cards. You just go in store, you buy stuff, and you sell it. Boop boop boop. And I'm like, okay, all right, bet. It sound good. Yeah, why not? So I meet up with him to get the cards. Me and my boy that put me on to him, we go to him, we get the cards. And when he gave us the cards, I'm looking at these cards, these all white blank cards, like they not made nothing. Like he just gave us like 10 blank white cards. So I'm just like, dang, like you know what? We end up taking it. I was pissed. I'm like, fuck it. I end up taking it because, like I said, I'm thinking this is how he probably doing it. I can't even prove that he's using a real card. I don't know what he's doing behind the scene. You get what I'm saying? So at the time, I'm thinking, all right, so this is how he do it. You get what I'm saying? So I took it, went, tried there. I think the first place we tried, like some fast food restaurant, tried it, not working. Tried another one, not working. Tried all of them, none of them worked. So I'm like, all right, he got me. I'm like, all right, you know what? Fuck it, boop, boop, whatever the case may be, I'm not doing that no more. He got us, whatever the case may be. He keep telling us none of them didn't work. So later on, like a couple of weeks go by, I remember the name of the black box. I end up taking it down one day. Like I took, like it was a sticker on the back of the box, and it was the actual name of the device. So I took that name, put it on Google, and eBay popped up, like links, like eBay popped up, Amazon, I think at the time, and a couple of like offshore websites, and it was placed like you could buy them. At this time, I didn't think this was a buyable product. This is a thing that you could just, yeah, it's like black market shit. You get what I'm saying? So I didn't think it was possible to obtain at all. So I seen it, and it was for a reasonable price. They was cheap. They was like $80 at the time. People had it on eBay for like $50. So it was just mind blowing to me. So I'm like, okay. So I put some little money together I had for my job. I ordered a black box. Boom. It comes in the mail. I open it up. It's a CD. It's a CD in it, and it's a little black box like the same one I had. So I'm like, all right, cool. Put the CD in. Boom. It was a software file to click on. It was like a little small CD. It wasn't like a regular. It was like a little tiny CD. Put it in, downloaded the files, and the program popped up. Track 1, track 2, track 3. It told me to make a PIN number. I made the PIN number for it because, like, say if somebody steal it, you give it to somebody or something, and they don't want to give it back. It's a little 4-digit PIN number you can set up on it. So I'm like, all right, cool. So I didn't know what the fuck I was looking at. So I go back on Google, go back on YouTube, and now I got the name of it. So now I'm researching how to use Mini XD, X3, whatever. Boop, boop, boop. So videos started popping up on YouTube, and now I'm surprised because I'm just looking on little, see if I can find like forums and stuff on Google and stuff like that. But videos actually came up, and it's demonstrating how to use it, how the program work, what the reader purpose is, and then in the video he had another machine next to him. I ended up finding out that was the writer. That was a reader and a writer put together, but mainly it was a writer, and then you need that writer to basically, like you said, put the information onto the card. So once you get the information from the reader, you download that information on the computer, and then that information you downloaded it, you take a blank card that don't have nothing on it, and you put that information in the program, and you write it on a new card. So all the cards that I obtain, I'm basically cloning them. So I have the card. So the same card that the person I got it from have in a pocket, I have the same card in my pocket. But at this time, it's just an all white card. So I'm like, cool. So I order that. That was the next thing. So I'm like, all right. So this is what I need. Okay. So I order that. So I ordered that. Boom. Download the program. Found out how that works and whatever the case may be. So I had a little setup going. So now I needed to get card information. I don't work at McDonald's no more. So now I'm like, dang, now I need to find somebody with a job who could use the black box, whatever the case may be. So it was this place I used to work at in Soho, Manhattan. It's like a little tourist attraction street in Manhattan, New York. A lot of tourists be there, a lot of shopping, all the high-end stores is over there. So I used to work a security job. I was there for like 1 month before I got fired. My sister plugged me through there because she worked there. So she got me a job to be like a security, just standing at the door, like just chilling. It was a little small store too. It was like not a commercial store. It was like they only had 4 stores, like, and all 4 of those stores was on the same street. So I was working there for a while, so I knew somebody who worked there. So I hit her up. I'm like, listen, I got an idea. I got this thing, boom. You just gotta swipe cards on it. Once you swipe the cards, you get what I'm saying? I'm gonna use the cards, buy this, buy that, and I'm gonna give you your money. So she was just like, okay, cool. It was this very distinctive Filipinian girl. Like, she was fully Filipinian, looks, everything. Looked like she came straight off the boat. Like, here, like, perfect for it. But I didn't care who got it at the time, but it just so happened it was her. So I gave it to her, gave it some times. She got some, did her thing, got some cards on it. She's going, working. I picks it up, plug it in the computer, boom, numbers pop up. And I remember from the video I'm watching, I know what I'm looking at. Like, okay, track 1, this is where the name, this is where the first and the last name is at. I could see that it's a name here. Because when you looking at this program, all it is just a bunch of numbers. It just looked like you looking at a bunch of numbers in three boxes. It's track 1, track 2, track 3. And it's just a bunch of numbers in all of those boxes. And within the first box, you can see the first and the last name. Boom. The second box, you can see the card number. Like, the first couple of numbers is the card number, and right after the card number, it's the expiration date, and that was it. That was the only information you got from that. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I had the white cards because when you order a writer, it come with like 20 white cards. Like, when you order a reader and writer, yeah, it come with blanks. So I took those, loaded them up, boop, 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 boop. Cooked up like just a quick 10 real quick, boop, and hit my boy up, and I'm like, yo, like I did it. I think I did it. Like, you get what I'm saying? I read the card, I put the information on it, and I swiped it, and then it's reading. You get what I'm saying? It's reading, the information popping back up. So I'm like, yo, I think it's good. I think we got something. Yeah, it might just work. So he's like, all right, we out. We gonna go try it at a fast food restaurant first, and just to see if the card is on. So we end up going to a McDonald's or something. We order a bunch of stuff, swipe it, decline. So my heart dropped immediately, like dang, like Like all this work, he was telling the truth. Like this shit probably just don't work because this shit is on the internet, YouTube. Everybody probably doing this shit like somewhere else because nobody doing this like in my hood at the time. You get what I'm saying? I don't know nobody who I could go up to and ask like yo, feel me? Like how to do this shit. So I got discouraged. You get what I'm saying? And then my friend, he's standing there. He like, yo, just keep trying. Try another one. Tried another one. Boom. Didn't work. I'm like, dang, nah. Like F this. Like I already know I'm about to be sitting here swiping mad cards. I'm not trying to go through this again. You get what I'm saying? Then my friend like, trust me, try one more. And I'm like, nah. I'm done. Boop. So he ended up taking it from me. He was like, give me, like I'll do it. You get what I'm saying? He had more faith than me. He swiped one. The first one he swiped went. The third one went. Boop. Order approved. Receipt coming up, and that was just like a mind blowing like life situation to me. Like I made this card and just used it to pay for something. Like it's money on this card. Like I made a card out of nothing. Like I feel like out of nothing, out of thin air, just a couple of devices, and it approved. Like it worked. Immediately I'm thinking, oh, I could buy this, I could buy that, I could buy this. Like I'm just thinking about so much thing. Like it works. So I'm happy. Boop, boop, boop. We go. We have a feast that day. We go back to his house. We ripping up bags, hamburgers, fries. We going crazy. We happy as a motherfucker. We like, yo, listen. We tossed the 2 card that didn't work out the window. We like fuck them shits. Like we good. Like this is what we gonna do. Like you know what I'm saying? We gonna get rich. You know, like just kids shit. Like being kids. You get what I'm saying? Like yo, we gonna get rich. Free money, yeah, like free, like all, like we just ate free bands. Like you took the words out my mouth. Like that's what we was calling it at the time. Like that was the term we was calling it. Like free bands, free money. So we was just like, all right, boom, yo, listen, we gonna go to Target tomorrow, boop boop boop, and we go try to hit for something bigger. So next day come, we had the Target, yeah. So next day come, we had the Target. We tried a card, boom. First store was Toys R Us. We had the Toys R Us. We ring up an iPad, swipe first card, approve. We happy as fuck. We take the bag, run out the store. Not really run out the store, but we skipping out the store. We happy as hell. We get back on a train, mind you. We taking a train like MTA, public transportation at this time. We skip into the train, go back to the train, and while we on the train, I'm like, yo, we like we gotta sell this, like, and I think I know a place. It's a place in the Diamond District. They said they buy and sell electronics. I sold the iPhone there before, so he like, all right, cool, we gonna go there. So we took the train over there, went and talked to the guy who brought the iPhone for me. Gave him the iPad, and I remember I told him, I'm like, yo, bro, like, it's a lot more that's about to come from this. You get what I'm saying? I'm talking, I'm like, y'all just tested something else. It's a lot more that's about to come. He happy as fuck, Jewish nigga with the hat, Jewish hat, ponytail, suit, fully Jew. And yup, and I ended up figuring out I ended up figuring out what he was doing. Like he had his own website and stuff. He was, like selling it. But at this time he knew what we was doing because he already had couple of people, I guess the older people that was already going to him and shit like that. So he knew what I figured out. You get what I'm saying? Like he know more about what I'm doing than I am. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, you get what I'm saying? So in his mind, he like, oh yeah, like he just found out about that credit card shit in his mind. You get what I'm saying? Like yeah, this is about to be my new customer. So we happy and shit. He put the money, he counting the money, he counting the hundreds, boom, boom, 100, 200, 300. He sitting there counting, and I'm just going crazy. I'm just like, nah, like it's lit, and it's just one card. That's all I'm thinking. Yo, we just use one card. Yo, what if I got 2? Or what if we would have got 4? And now I'm just thinking, like now my mind is brainstorming. I split the money with my boy 50-50. We go back home, boom. So next day, we cook up all the rest of the cards on the box, take the train, we drop off the box back to the girl, and we go to Target, we go to fucking I said Walmart, we go to Toys R Us, we go to the little game stores we used to go to, like as a kid, we used to get our PlayStation games from. We went there, got a PlayStation, so we just going around, we just shopping, getting electronics. We get as much electronics we could hold. It got to a point like we couldn't hold any more bags, and it's like we don't want to really walk around because we not in cars yet, we in trains, so we like, all right, we don't want to walk around with too much bag. We got what we, yup, walking into places with bag, looking crazy, even though they can't tell what's inside, but it looked crazy. It looked crazy. They could probably see the outline. Who knows? You get what I'm saying? So we take that, boom, take it back to the house, boom. We call a bump up. Listen, we about to see you. We go sell that. I think he cashed us out. That was like my first time seeing like somewhere close to 10, like 7,500, 8,000. Like that was my first time seeing that amount of money, like in one shot. And mind you, at this time there's no chip, so you just, at this time, I don't know if y'all remember, but we was just going to the register, just swiping. Now you gotta insert your chip and this, and if you try to swipe, it's gonna tell you insert your chip. We just swiping. So we happy. So we take that. We split the money once again. Boom. So this is what we doing for a while. You get what I'm saying? I'm gonna fast forward. This is what we doing for a while. We going here. Then we going shopping. We getting clothes. We getting Balmains. We getting Dior. No, not Dior. Dior's wasn't even a thing at the time. We getting Margielas. We getting what was the other shit that was lit? The Dawn C hats. We just getting a whole bunch of shit. Like we felt like we was him. I remember I got some gold grills like with like diamonds in them. Just going crazy. Then we hitting up the jewelry, like the mom and pop jewelry store. We used to go in there, hit them up like on some, like, yo, I got a graduation coming, or yo, I got my sister getting married. Like we used to go up there like all these different occasions and stuff. And I remember it was one time he asked me like, yo, like it's your birthday today or something? Like he asked me a question like that, and I'm like, yeah. And when it's like really an occasion, they try to go crazy. They're like, all right, he's here to spend money. He here to spend money. So I'm going there for a chain. I'm already scared because the chain already came up to like 3,000, 18K karat gold, 24 inches, Cuban links. So it already looked crazy. You get what I'm saying? I'm like, I like this a couple of thousand. I don't want to go too crazy. And he in the back picking out earrings. Like, yo, I think these earrings go with you. And I'm on some, nah, I don't want to overdo it. You know, this and that. I'm using my credit card. I don't know, like if I don't know if I want to max out my limit. I don't like you get what I'm saying? I'm giving him the impression of I don't really want to. I'm not here for that. You get what I'm saying? I'm an average guy. I'm not some rich dude coming in here trying to buy everything. You get what I'm saying? So I used to play those games with him, and then he ring up the change goes through. Excellent. He happy, I'm happy. And then he like, yo, you still don't want them earrings? You sure? And I'm like, you know what? Let me try them on. Look at them. Nah, they look good. Me and my friends, yo, conversation. I'm like, yeah, but I don't want to spend that type of money for real. Dang, it's going to take me a while to finish it back. You know, I'm still in college. Yeah, but they look nice. Like little conversations like those. So, and he just in the back eager. Like, he just eager. So, at that point, the first one go through, he just take the card and let me see the card, and he just going like he just swiping. If that one don't work, let me see. dang, now I'm gonna have to use my father card. Just coming up, they not looking at the card at this point. They just trying to get it at this point. He like, all right, before he changed his mind, kind of thing. You get what I'm saying? Like, and right, right. We did that sometimes. Like, oh, try half. I swear to God, on Jesus Christ. Like, yo, try half. Half will go in this card, and then the rest will go in the other card. It'd be situations like that. Because mind you, on a black box, at this time, I don't know what I'm buying. Like, I don't know the bin number to it, the bank identification number. I don't know exactly what bank I'm dealing with and how they limits work and what's they spending limits. It's just a black box that she just swiping cards on. And at that time, I would have been able to read them. Like, oh, if it start with a 6, it's a Discover. If it start with a 4, it's a Visa. If it start with a 5, it's a Master. If it start with a 3, it's an American Express. Like, if I knew that, and then the rest of the 5 numbers, it tell you, like, if it's a business card or if it's a Chase Advantage card and what region it comes from on top of that. Like if it's from this region, it's like different regions and stuff. Like, so... Right. Mhm. So, and that's was the reason why some work, some wouldn't. But a lot of them work because we was using them in the area already. They already probably put travel notices on the car because most of the people we dealing with is tourists, so they already in New York City shopping. So after a while, I realized like, okay, all these cars that like damn near all of them working. Whether they work for this much or this much, I don't know. But for the most part, they working. So we doing that for a while. I remember one time we had an issue. We go in the store one time and the dude like, oh, I want to see ID. And I'm like, dang, they never asked us for ID when we went to the other store. This, yeah. Not yet. Just credit. Yeah, we running them as credit. And another thing I found out that even if it's a debit card, you can still run it as credit. And I never understood that. Like when you press credit, it's like when I say that, I realize people think like no, it's not charging them as credit. It's charging them as debit. But I'm just pressing credit and swiping it so they don't have to ask me for the PIN. Like it's like when you go to Chick-fil-A, when you swipe your card, it just go automatically through. It don't ask you for your PIN number. It don't ask you for nothing. We basically doing the same thing, and it be your debit card. You know, your debit card, you're supposed to type in your PIN, but you realize when you go to certain places, you don't have to type in your PIN. So that's how we was using the debit cards with the credit cards.
Specifically will only charge you as a credit card transaction.
Exactly.
Because it's quicker, seamless. Mm-hmm. So really they're not charging the actual card, the actual amount. They'll swipe it as a credit transaction and give you like a blanket approval for under a certain amount.
Yeah.
You know, $50 or whatever the place is. Let's just say Chick-fil-A as an example. Mm-hmm. Chick-fil-A kind of has a blanket policy, $25 and under, as long as it approves for that dollar approval or whatever that blanket credit approval, pop, it's good. Just in the interest of speed. We don't even want it to approve or process. Right. It's a good card. We'd rather go approve that dollar, send that $24. Oh, you don't have it. It's $24. So you can go negative on your account until, you know, so there's certain thresholds and shit. And as a scammer, the more you do it, you start learning. Different thresholds, and the 4s are MasterCards, 3s are Amexes.
Yeah. So like that went on, like, you know what I'm saying, like as I got farther into it, but when we had a problem, like the guy asked us for ID, and I remember we left, we like, nah, it's all right, because mind you, we was still using the white card, and we would just come up with excuses like, oh, like these is for security purposes, like these just like new cars that don't have information. Like if you, like we used to make up the craziest stories. Like if you report your car like being stolen too much, like like my car being used somewhere else that I'm not at. They issue you these blank cards where there's no information. So now if you lose them, nobody won't see a card number. And they used to be going for little shit like this, like especially the mom and pop stores. Remind you, I stayed away from like Marc Jacobs, like all of the big Aviani jewelry stores, or even the ones like at the Diamond District where I was going to sell it. I used to stay away from them because they especially at the Diamond District, they know what's going on because they buying the shit. You get what I'm saying? So it used to be like, you know, Arabs. It used to be like foreigner people that just going for it. If it worked for them. So it got to a point, I don't know if the word was going around like to jewelers. They was giving out the words. They was probably getting charged back at the time, which I wasn't aware of. I didn't know it charged back at the time. I'm thinking you swipe, they get the money. The person who carded it lose out, or sometimes the bank pay them back and the bank lose out. It's the $1 billion banks that's losing out on the money at the end of the day. So that's how I was looking at it as. So we had a problem. We went to one spot, no ID, they not taking the card. Went to another spot, no ID, they not taking the card. So now we had to come up with something. Like now I got to try to figure out how to make the card, and it got to be quick. Because at this time, I'm pulling up on the girl. We getting money now. And I'm giving her her little cut, giving her her cut, boom. I should have been giving her more. I was giving her a couple of hundreds, yeah, crumbs. Being at the time, first time getting money, don't know any business aspect to keep stuff going, you know. So it wasn't the smartest I did, but I know better now. You get what I'm saying? I learned from that. Like that was a lesson for me. So boom. So I went home, did some brainstorming, boom. The machine, it was some crazy price. I found the machine to make it, and then also this machine print IDs too. It's an ID machine, but it's for printing the IDs. Like, you know, like if you got a security job or something, and they print their staff like security badges. It's like one of those machines, big machine, like one of those big machines. You put a stack of card in it, and it just prints. So I seen that, I'm like, dang, I don't want to order that at the time. I was constipating, and I just found out it's work. You get what I'm saying? Then it's an embosser. We got to get the embosser to actually punch the numbers up on the card itself. You know, like that came eventually, like after I got along, like after after I got into the hustle, that came along. So boom. So I had to think of something just quick. So I'm like, boom, I had a TD card. So I'm like, you know what? What if I erase the information on my own TD card, erase that information and put the information from the stolen cards onto my card, so at least it saved my name. Yeah, the card number might not match, but now I got an ID. Now I can match my ID, something to work with. So I found out how to do that. Boom. Took that, going out, getting shit, decline, come back, put another card, going back out, it declined, coming back home, put in another card, and then I'm doing the same thing for my friends. So it was three of us. It was my friend and his older brother and me. So we will all be going out. I'll take the 3 cards, boop. And after a while, it started not making sense because I'm like, now we only could work with 1 card. And every time that this card declined, we got to come home and we got to keep switching the cards out. Yeah, so I was like, that was a problem. So I'm like, you know what? I told my friends, I'm like, call your bank and report your card lost, and they gonna send you a new one. So we did that a couple of times. Yeah, we did that. Got the cards. Now we had 2. We went to like Walgreens, CVS. We got the prepaid cards. Boop, boop, boop. Signed up for it. And once you sign up, the card you get from CVS don't have your name on it. But once you sign up, they send you the card with your name on it in the mail. So we did that a couple of times. And then with the TD card, what I kept doing, I kept calling them and kept reporting my card loss like every week. Like every time it would come, I'd just call the next day.
That's what you tell them. Never got it.
Yeah. I should have told them this reason, but they didn't really care what you told them. I guess like banks, like they got the mindset they just want you with a card. Yeah, they just want you with a card so you could just be out there spending money, making them money. You get what I'm saying? So They don't care what you tell them. You call them, they sending it. They ain't finding suspicious. I used to think like they gonna find it suspicious. We just keep ordering new cards every week, like to the point I had like a stack. Like I had a stack of cards from just ordering. So we was working with that for a while. This is what we working with, like our own cards, just with different information on the card. We going out doing our ones and twos, boop boop boop, doing that for a while. And one day it came across to me. I was walking by like a Chase Bank or something, and I just took the card. I took one of the cards out of my pocket, and I just put it in the ATM, just playing around, just trying to see if it's like a credit thing I could press to like get like cash advance or something. Just stupid, not really knowing too much, and nothing worked. Everything I did is asking for a PIN number. And I'm like, dang, like from that day, like it just always ran through my head, like, yo, how can I get this PIN number? I'm looking in the internet, can't find it. Looking everywhere, can't find it. So it came to my idea one day. I'm like, yo, what if she can get the PIN number? Feel me? Didn't think it would work, but I tried that anyway. So I talked to her one day. I'm like, yo, try to get the PIN number. When they type in a PIN number, this is how you go do it. When you take the card and you got it in your hand, look at the last four. Remember the last four of the card. And you're gonna write that down. Once you write that down, when you give them the card back or whatever, like you probably still holding on to the card when they type in a PIN, and then once they type in a PIN, you give it back to them. But whenever they start typing a PIN, look at the PIN number and write it down next to the last four digits of the card. So when I go back and ring it up on the computer, I know what cards to look for by the last four numbers, and I know what PIN number goes to that card. So I gave it to her. She did it. It worked for her. She gave it back to me. Had a couple of pins. Okay, I'm lit. Got the PIN numbers. I'm happy as fuck. I'm like, yes, now I could just get straight cash. So me not knowing better, I run straight out the house. Boom, run out the house. Run to the first ATM I see. Made a withdrawal, $200. Took it out because that was the max at the little ATM. It was $200 limit. Took it out, put it back in, $200. Put it in, tried it again, declined. Next card did the same thing, $200. I'm like, all right, this not gonna work. So I tried the bigger bank. The bigger bank was just giving $500 instead of $200. That didn't work. So I'm like, nah, I gotta figure out a better way. So at this time, my boy was doing the check scam. This before I learned about the check scam, and I used to watch him how he used to get the money after he deposited an account. He used to run to like post offices, check cashing places, and he used to get money orders. So I'm like, oh shit, I could get money order with these. So I'm like, fuck it. I go to the post office. Tried it, boom. Can I get a $1,000 money order? Swiped it, put the PIN number in, approved, money order, boom. So I'm like, okay, that's cool. Like, now I gotta find a way to cash it. Looked it up, boom, boom, boom. You could just take any money order to your local post office and they'll cash it for you. Word, that easy, word, bet, boom. Filled out the money order, boom, 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 boom. Took it to the post office, they cashing it. Cashing it. So now I'm doing this for a while, getting like 10 turned into like 20 PIN numbers, 20 turned to like she's just going crazy because I give it to her, leave it to her like for a week, sometimes 2 weeks if I still got pieces I'm working on. So I'm getting them back, they loaded, and for like a good couple of months, we just going crazy. We running in and out the post office. I'm throwing my boys a couple of pieces to help me out and look out for them too. Like, fuck it, y'all can eat. I got too many. This is how we gonna live from now on. This is what we doing forever. So fuck it, like eat forever. Like this. Like that's how I used to always think. Like I figured out some shit that's gonna set us for life, kinda. You get what I'm saying? So we not even really saving. We spending so much. We spending so much money. I'm giving them the cards. Boom, we splitting it. We'll leave the house together. They go this way. I go this way. He go this way, and we just clean it. I'm coming back. Both. I had these cargos. I remember I had these cargo pants. Both pockets full of money orders. Both jacket pockets full of stuff in them to the point we had to start carrying bags. Like, and it was crazy. Like, started 10,000 in money orders, then it just started going up from there, 20, 30, 40, and it was just crazy. Like, I'm to the point I'm sitting on, like, I was sitting on money orders because it was taking me longer to cash them than it was to get them. Because sometimes I go to the post office and it'd be like, oh, we don't got this money in a drawer right now. It's early. Try to come back, and nah, it's an excuse. Or it just be like one of them people that's miserable today and they don't want to cash your money, or it's a high amount. We don't got 1,000. So I'm like, yeah, I don't got 1,000. So what I started doing, I ring up like $3,000 transaction, and they could split the money order however much you need it for. So I just started doing just 500, 300, 200, and I just split it. I just keep everything under 500, and then that just became easier. But then I had way more money orders I gotta deal with. So that was going on for a minute. But we blowing, we going out. We at this restaurant. We at the rooftop in New York. And if you know New York City, like if you ever went out, it's crazy. We getting into the hotels for free. We swiping the hotels, so we get in the best room. We get in the loaf suites. We in fucking 5-star restaurants. We going crazy. We at the bar. Listen, bartender, I want 20 shots right now. We getting drunk. Just hold the car. Just hold the car. I swear to God, times we going in, like, and we not going into like our people establishment. Like we in the city, we in Manhattan. We around the high-end business owners. I'm walking in there, whole bunch of Caucasian looking at this little black dude. Like, what is he like? What is he doing there? And mind you, I'm young at the time. You get what I'm saying? And I'm getting in the spots. You get what I'm saying? So,
mind you, that's the spot. Like, those are the spots that you hang out. Like, you got to go to the Caucasian areas.
It started like that. And I started hanging out there. I was never in my neighborhood after that.
Yeah, because those spots are where they accommodate you. Like, you go to those hotels, and I routinely, like, I put all incidentals and everything on the card, and then I book my room. So everywhere I go in the hotel, I just charge it to the room.
That's what we was doing.
I charge it to the room. And that was a hustle for us back in the day, because, like, we would put these cards on file, these Amexes, and like, I was getting large cards that were specifically just for traveling upper class businessmen. Mm-hmm. So, like, and that was a thing for me. Like, I'd go downstairs. Their gift shop at the hotels that I was at was extensive. Like, you could get suits, ties, you could get watches, all of this from these gift shops, and I'm charging it to the moon. So I would get tailored and get a nice, inexpensive $800 Movado or Cartier watch just as a last minute, I need a suit for whatever, and it's all charged to the room. Easier than if I had a credit card and I swiped it. Because all you're doing is just literally room 4703. Yep, Stevenson. And they click it and they see room such and such. They see incidentals, and then they just whatever click they hit, because they're not actually making the purchase. They're just charging it to the room. So all those charges are accumulated to the room that's already had this authorization. And at the end of the room is when they charge this huge bill. I left the day before.
Right.
Like, anytime I used to do hotels and stuff, I would, I'm leave, my checkout is Tuesday. I'm out of there like Thursday night.
Yeah.
Because I don't like waking up and I gotta leave at 11. That's what, like, the normal people do.
They charge the card.
Yeah, that's when they charge the card. That's when, and you don't know if checkout at 11. You don't know if they tallied up all that stuff at 8.
Yep.
So they can have the paperwork done and under your door with your receipts and stuff. So I'm gone the day before. And that bill, like, when I'm there, it's a laundry list, because I'm getting food, I'm getting concierge. I will not. And incidentally, like, when I used to work with Unc, Unc had his fiance at the time, Madison, and she would do like a lot of the bookkeeping stuff, book my flights and everything. I need to fly business class, first class. I need whatever hotel. If it doesn't have room service, unfortunately, I can't go there.
Yeah.
I need room service. I need a masseuse. I need, you know,
Downstairs.
yep. I at least need 3 stars to be at this hotel. If we're scamming them, why am I going to the Holiday Inn?
Right.
And I would just fill up this list of stuff, and like I travel light because during that time, like we were traveling, like I would go to Kansas, open up 3 accounts, go to this place, open up 3 accounts, and like I would go there, and Zach was so organized. Shout out like Zach. Zach is so organized. Like I would fly to the hotel, and at the hotel there's an overnight package for me with the ID, with this itinerary of once I'm here, I got to go to the UPS store, get a local address. We'll go to Walmart, go get a track phone with a local number, the UPS store and all that. So that's my physical address for local, that area. Then I'd get all of that stuff. Then I go to the bank, open up my accounts, and all those papers. Like you get one paper usually of that in that booklet of shit with your account number, your all the particulars. I'd write down my username, because I set all that up at the bank.
Yeah.
Login, username. We're gonna set up my online banking, everything, and all of that stuff goes in another folder. I overnight that to Zach, and the next day I'm gonna be leaving sometime because the next day after that is my checkout. So I'm gone that prior day. But like we had such a system, and just like you had a thing going on, a real deal thing. If you sat down and was like, okay, I'm finna do this, and this. In this local area, we're finna just assume we're gonna do Franklin County. Google Franklin County. So here's all the post offices. Bop. And there's a list. Here's all the post offices. We're gonna do A, B, C, D, E, bop. At the very beginning of the shift, and then we're gonna come back after 4, their other shift, and then we're gonna try to skeet in and get us a few in before closing. If you go in, you recognize something, get up out of there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like we were so organized in that sense. Like everywhere we went, different cities, and okay, I jumped off the topic again.
No,
but
that's
go
the
ahead.
best when you organize though, and I ain't gonna lie.
That's
like,
how you make
learn
money,
that as
man.
you go on, like
Yup.
organize is the best.
You're not
get
gonna
the
make
most out of
money.
it.
You're not gonna make money, bro, if like you've got like a great thing going on and all of your stuff is in a trunk drawer.
Yeah.
And it's like in the corner of the room. Let me go in this closet real quick, and you're fishing in a box and stuff. That's how you're gonna make money.
Right.
Like clumped together, disorganized. But when like you're dead serious about what you do and you're
Sitting there, yeah.
and you're planning it out, if you plan to succeed, and that's with everything. Like I don't like that. Like we talk about crime and all of this stuff, and I kind of angle it in that. But like if anything in life, like if entrepreneur, you're doing whatever, if you approach it like on some real serious shit and not like how we approach stuff as like your next lick. I'm waiting on this insurance check. Or I'm waiting on something. If you don't approach stuff like that, like, well, I got to get money, so here's my pen and paper.
Right.
How do I get started?
Right.
And here's a plan. That's why cats in prison or in jail, they've got these $1 million plans because they have nothing but time to sit down and put that pen on paper. They don't have an internet. So they're pen and paper, they're plotting, they're planning. Those are the dangerous criminals. That's sitting and breaking, writing it out. Writing it out. If we really look at it, like, let's say what you were doing with the money orders and stuff, how can they catch you? If like you were on some shit, like let me sit down, see what I'm working with, and let's plan out how to maximize, like squeeze all the juice out this lemon. How can they stop you? You know exactly what's going on when you go in and go out. You know the procedure. You could train a post office employee on how to do a money order because you've done it for so long.
Yeah.
If you sit down and apply all of that shit, and how can they stop you?
Real shit, they didn't. Real shit, they didn't, but it's all allegedly. You get what I'm saying? So, but what ended up happening, like we went to Shorty one day, and I guess cause the amount of pin number she was giving me, she wanted more. Me being simple minded at the time, I seen the signs like when I was dropping it off to her, but I didn't really pay it no mind. Like I said, like I wish I would have caught on to this when I was a little bit older. So as a kid, like I said, you don't really have a plan. You just going and you didn't even know this was gonna work when you started. So it's different. Like it's just a mindset. It's just like so much things like I think about now. I could have did different then. You get what I'm saying? But like, so I wasn't doing right by her side. So one day she when I was dropping off the boxer, she was just like, yo, like, listen, I don't want to do this no more, this and that and the third. I'm quitting the job. And I'm just like, dang, like, you get what I'm saying? Like it was nice when it lasted. I begged her a couple of times. She wasn't with it. Boom. So I'm like, ain't nothing I can say. You say you quitting. You quitting. You get what I'm saying? Ain't too much I can say about you quitting the job. So I'm like, all right, cool. Boom. So I'm tight now. I think that's when I brought like my first car, like my Infinity, and instead of paying for it cash like I was supposed to do, I put it on a payment plan because she started talking about credit. Oh, why would you buy it cash? Just finance it and just pay it. You could pay this much this month. You could pay that. You could finish paying it like in 5 months. Boost your credit up. So I jacked it. I'm like, all right, cool. So I was even tight about that. I'm like, dang. The same week I brought the car, that's when she was just like, yo, I don't want to do this no more. And I'm just like, dang, fuck, So it kind of threw. She said she quit. Yeah, so that's why, like ain't too much I could really say after that. Like, yeah, like so I just nah. I don't know. It was a minute ago. I don't know exactly what I said to her, but I ended up finding like somebody else to get the box to and shit like that. But that pin shit, like I never ran into like because like everybody else I found like it was like they work in stores, Starbucks or any fast food restaurant. It was like hand like they swiped the credit card they self. It wasn't like hand me your credit card, and they started doing that. Like they came out with that POS because of like the scamming that was going on. I found that out later on too. You get what I'm saying? Because I know back in the days you had to always hand them your credit card and they would swipe it on their computer in front of them and give it back to you. But it was a lot of those at that time. So
And for the viewers, that how do I prevent that? How do I not get scammed? Tap to pay.
Yep.
Ain't nobody you can't steal a number that's tap to pay. And tap to pay, the technology is when you're actually tapping, bip, your tap function creates an account number, and that account number is for the exact amount of the purchase. So that digital card, it creates an account number, it pays for that. So after that transaction, it's left with zero balance, and then that card number will be recycled after X amount of quadrillion transactions. But that's why tap to pay is the best and most secure. Anything where you're not physically swiping or inserting your card. I don't even keep a wallet. Like I keep my phone, and that's kind of it. I ride when I'm on my bike. I kind of ride with the wallet just for quick access for a cop if I decide to pull over.
Yeah, I don't walk around no bank cards.
No, everything's in my phone.
Yeah.
My ID, my bank cards.
Your ID?
Yeah. I show them a picture.
Oh, okay.
And that's in my Google Wallet, where I can just pop. Here's a picture.
Okay.
And that's for a cop.
Yeah.
Here's my picture. Yeah. Write down my info.
Information. Yeah.
Because I've had everything stolen, so that's just how all my information is good, is valid. You're not at the point of like a pullover or anything like that. You're not suspecting me of a crime. You're just pulling me over on a traffic stop. Yeah. Here's my info. Run it.
My picture gonna pop up.
My picture. Oh, you need my. That's here too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't keep no. That's just the as safe as you can get.
That's smart. Losing, nobody go grab it.
No. I think with me and being a little older, I'm only 32, 35 ish.
30.
Either I'm way older than 30. I just
Oh, wow.
identify as a 35-year-old. But like, bro, the wisdom is a real thing. Like now, like before, when I was a lot younger and I got into this stuff, it was a lot of like trial and error, like figure it out. I'm bold. I'll go in the store. I'll do some shit. Well, I can't say these days because I don't. Towards the end of my run and stuff, bro, it was like, what are the probability of me leaving?
Right.
Like, the difference was like, I wasn't doing stuff to make money. I was doing stuff making money. Like every lick was to replace money. And like even in the beginning, like when I hit lick, I do such and such, that stuff, I'm not making that money to pay the bills.
Right.
I'm making that to put that up so I can get some comfortability and let my nuts hang.
Yeah.
And then my next lick, now I'm broke. But those numbers are now I'm broke.
Yeah.
Because like my bottom line, and an old man taught me this, my bottom line and your bottom line is two different lines. My broke and your broke is two different broke. You ever meet that old man that's always screaming broke? You know he got money.
Yeah.
I ain't got no. His broke and your broke is different.
Yeah.
He's down to his last paycheck. He'll never be broke and ain't got nothing. He just ain't got it. Where I can buy this drink, give you $20
All that money
for
accounted for. Like,
yeah, that's put up. Because I'll never not have. And that's where I'm at now. Like I make money to replace bill money and all of that. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Just different, different like mindsets.
Yeah.
Like once you're in this a while, and I'm gonna tell you what I get a lot. You're smart. We're gonna get it on this. He's smart. Why he doing all that? If he didn't just take that knowledge and apply it to a business, I'm gonna ask you that. Why don't you instead try and become a legit entrepreneur? Take all of this young, thriving smarts and put it towards something productive. Why would you say you didn't do that during that time?
During that time, why I didn't? Because I was into it. I didn't know. Like, I didn't know about it. You get what I'm saying? Like, a lot of stuff I know now, like, I just didn't know. Like, I'm a product of my environment, basically. You get what I'm saying? I got immigrants, parents that came here with nothing, broke as shit. They working, just making it, just making it past. It's not much my parents could teach me about financial literacy. Financial literacy. You got people that was born here. They parents was born here because I was born here, but my parents wasn't. But they parents was born here, so they know a lot of they know a lot more. You get what I'm saying? So they could teach. They able to teach their kids if they into that. Because you got some parents that was on a different path that still don't know business, and then that goes on from generation to generation. Then you got some people who do learn that like at a young age. But it was just even at that time nobody and around me was even seeing that type of money. Like we was still going to high school and shit. Everybody in high school, they just come in with they lunch money to school still at that time. You get what I'm saying? You got people selling weed, making they little $100, $200, $300 the most a week. You get what I'm saying? But the money like tens, it's just crazy. Like it haunts me every day. Like dang, it's this much, and then I'm finding about this life. Oh, I could have took this money, started this. I could have opened up like a little smoke shop. I could have opened up this. I could have did that, took that money, and then did what I really wanted to do with it. But I could have just started with this. I could have started with this business. You get what I'm saying? I could have invested in something. I was dealing with Bitcoin at the time. I could have just left money sitting in a wallet. It was just so much shit I'm thinking about now. Like oh, I could have did that. You get what I'm saying? But at that time, yeah, like I just you just don't. I didn't know. I didn't grow up in an environment where people was even seeing that amount of money to even go to the next step or move to the next step. So, like, I was just surrounded by high school kids. Like, that I was going to school with and people in my house that grew up with not no money, but not that type of money. You get what I'm saying? So, yeah, it was just different. Like I wish I knew, and I seen that question pop up a lot, like under videos, like, oh, if he would have took that mindset and like, yeah, what was you doing when you was 16 years old, 17 years old? You was thinking about opening a business unless you come from that background already. But it's just like you come from my environment. Ask them the same question, they gonna tell you the same thing. You was going to school. You was going to high school. Your parents wasn't even a little white kid. Your parents was giving you what, $100 a week. You wasn't thinking business minded to what? So you got to college, like so. I kept seeing that question pop up a lot. I'm like, wow, like people they don't understand how old I was.
The majority of viewers
Yeah.
like watch us and watch Matt and watch because like it's a life that they haven't led. And like people who commit crimes and get these thousands of dollars, these hundreds of thousands of dollars, to average Joe who works very hard for the week, and you know he gets his $800 check or whatever the case may be. Like free bands is like a fantasy. So a lot of people live that through watching Katz's escapades and stuff. And I know for me personally, during the height of the stuff that I was doing and literally having bank accounts with hundreds, well, I wouldn't say hundreds, but there was multiple accounts, and two of the accounts had over 100 band in it, just from what me, Zach, Madison, what like we were really digging into stuff, like we were eating. And I can honestly say, like, I thought of being legit. Like, okay, it's time to, man, when that money is coming, bro.
I had thoughts.
Like, and they're fleeting thoughts. It's like, damn, man, I need to. So then once you have that thought, the next thought is, you know what, I'm going to hit 2 more licks. And then like, man, okay, this is what I'm going to do. Here go my goal. So then you set whatever your bar at, you set that other bar, and then I'm finna climb and do, because you know, I'm sitting on 100 grand, 150 grand.
You getting 10,000.
So now I'm like, okay, I can take that and relax on that. Now I'm gonna make my next, so at 250, I'm done. I'm done. And you might think that, and it's good for a day or two, then you're just back to getting it in. And like the more money you make, the more money you spend.
Right.
So you come from budgeting a $300 weekly check to like you're making a band every lick. You've got money in the left pocket, right pocket, this pocket. The last thing you're thinking of is saving some shit. You know what I mean? Because you finna go here, you finna go there. You heard about a concert that's in, and I'm finna get there, and I'm finna bring my dogs now. That ain't nothing. That's just a couple wham bams, and everybody can have fun. And then like your circle wants to call you. Everybody knows you are money. So now everybody has these emergencies that they're bringing to you. Throw me this, help me with that, my rent, my electric bill. So
Yeah, and it's just like you like adding to what you were saying, like you making 10,000. Let's just say hypothetically you making 5,000 a week, 5,000 a week, 5,000 a week. You making, then you move up 10,000 a week, and then you building your empire, and then one day you're gonna say, oh, I'm gonna walk away, and I'm gonna start a business, and it's just like at the time like I said, like when you first get the money, that's why I say even billionaires and millionaires now, you ask them what they did with their first $1 million check, or these rappers, I blew it. That shit going. I had to get it out my system. But once you get that out your system, then, but for people like us, like we usually get in trouble by the time we get it out of our system. It's because we got in trouble or something like that. But adding to that, it's like it's hard when you first make that free money, and then you wake up one day like, I can go get 10,000 right now. I can go get 10 grands right now, but I'm not gonna do it. It's hard to say no. Like I could, it's right there. I just gotta go get it. It's hard to say no. I'm not gonna get it. I'm gonna sit here in this office and I'm gonna do this paperwork and I'm gonna sit here and let the money grow little. $100, 500, $500,000, thousand, and let it grow. Even though that's what we would do today. Like, yeah, because that don't come with risk. That's not risking our freedom. Like, yeah, like when y'all watch our interviews, y'all think that we don't, like, yeah, we understand that who we are today, but you gotta think at that time, even if y'all was in that place, like where y'all getting 10,000, 10,000, 10,000, and you buying this, you're not even thinking that this is gonna end one day. I gotta do something legit or I'm gonna get caught. Cause you gotta understand, we not selling drugs. We not thinking, oh, we gonna go sell these 5 pounds and then it could be an undercover we selling to. All we doing is we going on computers or we do like the crime we doing is for me it was hard to see myself getting caught for it. You get what I'm saying? Because it's just like, right, I got this to match, this match. I'm just dealing with numbers. I'm not really. It was hard for somebody to even spot like I'm doing something wrong or to even say, oh, cause say if somebody was recording me the whole day, all I'm doing is just going shopping. You can follow me around the whole day and watch what I'm doing. I'm just going shopping. Who's to tell that I'm not using my parents' card or my parents not rich and from Dubai or some shit? You get what I'm saying? So I when I first started, I couldn't even look at it as a crime. Mm-hmm. But even you could put your name on the card. Cause I got to that point like where I'm putting my name on the card and I got a fake ID with my name, but everything else is different. The address is different. This is different. The receipt's the same. The last 4 numbers of the card. The name, yeah, you could change that name. Remember I said on track 1, you could see the first and last name? Yeah, but I learned that after the fact that you could change it. Yeah, you just leave the numbers. All you do is just go to the name part, change it. Yup. Yeah, you don't even touch the number. You just go to the name, copy, delete it, put your name there, and then that same name will be right at the bottom of the receipt, right where you sign. Whatever name you put in that track 1 will be right on that receipt. So I learned that like even after the fact. Usually I used to just leave the name. I used to just leave everything. But then I started finding out more. I'm like, oh, okay, I could change the name to put it what I wanted to put to. And then I learned about the fake IDs. And then it started like, okay, so now I got the name to match on a receipt. I got the last 4 numbers unmatched. So everything looked legit, like in the naked eye. Like that's why when I got to that point, it was just like it was no really. It was no really looking back at that point because it's just like you say, even if they was to come grab the receipt, this match, unless they sit there and be like, this is not your name, and they run my background, but by that time, like when the store about to call the cops, they gonna take a couple of minutes to get to the store and stuff.
The only time those kind of situations go belly up is when it's sweet. You say it's sweet, so you keep going back and back. So now they have an angle. Now they know that this is what's going on. They know that it's not yours. Mm-hmm. Now they're waiting on you because they've already their ducks have already been on roll. Like at the time of it, bam, 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 and there's nothing to. You'd have to call Jim and call, and make the contact, and then.
Yeah, and I got caught up in Long Island. Like something similar to that. Like we went the first day. I went with one of my workers. We was getting dogs at this time. Like we was selling them like on Craigslist to the little rich white people in Manhattan and stuff. And what we was doing, we was like I said, I was doing different. Like, oh, like nobody getting dogs. Like around this time now, a couple of young cats in Brooklyn, you know, they running in Neiman Marcus, they catching indictments, they 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 running in Target now. I'm like, oh, we done been cleared all of those stores already. Now they in clothing, high end stores and stuff, and I'm going to the dog store. You get what I'm saying? Like, all right, like I know nobody going here. I found the way, cause first I went to go buy a dog for myself, and I'm like, hold on, like I could sell these. Like, okay, I could get dogs, and then it hit me like, all right, like I could really go anywhere with a register. So why limit myself? So I end up going back, got another dog. I posted it, just to test it. I posted it on Craigslist, and people was calling my phone down. I put the phone number down. People just calling the phone. So I met up with one of them, sold the dog, got the money, and I'm like, okay, like this a thing. So I was doing that for a while, running back and forth to Long Island, grabbing dogs, putting it up on Craigslist, and then that's when I started realizing like, oh, like these rich people, they don't want to spend money, like they coming to us. Like I never knew at that time, like rich people, like they'll even be on like Craigslist, like looking to buy stuff for cheaper than what it is. So that's when I figured that out. Like, okay, y'all don't like to spend money. I'm pulling up in a driveway. My car's better than them. They got little Honda Civics and shit. I'm like, what the fuck?
Big fact. That's a big fact. That's funny you say. That's funny you mention that, bro. So, in my time of, because I went through a whole years of that. Like that's how I got money, getting merchandise and selling it to cats. I literally had a classification officer on my team. Yeah. I used to buy shit from the jail. I had a corporal on my team from the jail. The corporal bought some St. Augustine grass because he had like this new house. The classification officer lady was like an old gay woman, older, real cool. And she bought a washer and dryer and a trampoline from me. But it just goes to show, just like that, the people that I angle my sales and my deals are the snobby, snooty, uppity people with money, because they're always looking to save money. Case in point, Mattress Firm, I was just murdering them. So Mattress Firm, their check acceptance policy, their check system was a system called Scan. Scan is like bottom of the barrel for merchant acceptance for checks.
They don't got good verification
at all. They just scan. The company literally scans your checking information, all the bottom numbers. If that number hasn't written us a bad check, you're good.
The check system.
You're good. No matter and different places have different thresholds of what to call for a manager. You know, Dillard's was like $118, but different. With Mattress Firm, all the mattresses are in the thousands, so there was no limit. And there's always just one person working in there, and they work on commission. So they don't care if you bring in a piece of paper out of your back pocket, that's a check. As long as this accepts it, well, you got a truck, you want to bring it to the back. So like for months, all I would do is Mattress Firms, and Mattress Firms are everywhere. Like they've shut down some during these days now, but back they were on every major street corner. Mattress Firm.
Growing up, I would see them Mattress.
And then so they have like, those are the stores, display kind of stores. Some of them have some mattresses in the back, and they usually have a warehouse. So I was doing it so much that the warehouse was kind of getting kind of familiar with our truck or this other guy. So I started buying the display stuff. What do you got here?
Yeah.
I've got some in-laws that are coming in. I really don't like this. I've got to have a nice mattress. Unfortunately, I've been pushing this off. They come in tomorrow. What do you got here?
Yeah.
And I can't have the cheap stuff. So I started getting that stuff, and I'll buy a mattress. Whatever these little spot, whatever my hustle is, I'll get all these. I'll get a storage in a minute. I don't have to buy my stuff, hold it in the bedroom, and sell it. Like I don't mind, and I even had a thing with like all the renter centers. I get a living room set, I get a TV, I get whatever renter centers.
Yeah.
I'm outfitting 2 bedrooms, or a bedroom and a living room, or because they think I got money when I come in.
Right.
And my schmeal is I'm rich, I'm moving out, and I want furniture now. Yeah, I'll same as cash that shit.
Yeah.
And I've got the money up front. So I'm bi-weekly, I'm getting all this, and this, but you have to make the first payment.
Yeah.
I've got $500 in my I got 500 to make
First pay.
$5,000 worth of this shit.
Yeah.
And then I just take pictures and I post it. And I sit on it. And I don't want, like, I got 700. Man, come on, man. Like, come on, get it. It's posted for 1,500.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully, if you save up, maybe by your next check, it'll still be here.
Yeah.
But, like, this ain't stolen shit. I don't never do half price. That's what boosters do. Yeah. And lesser criminal. I got people to pay. I got connects to pay. Sources to pay. This is why all my stuff is high end. So, 60%. And that's what I do for family and friends.
Yeah.
60. Really, I want to get up there to 70, 75. It's high-end shit. This is a brand new mattress. This is memory foam. Each individual coil. You only got $600. You need to go on Nebraska or one of these streets and get you a $600-700 mattress. If you want what I got, the purple edition, Beauty Rest, you're going to have to come up with $1,000 or $2.
Go to the store, pay full price.
Well, those are $4,000. You know what I mean?
So either way, you doing them a favor, even if you taking 70% off, it's full price.
And with Zach, man, with me and Zach, so we married so well together because like his personality is ultra cool. So all the people he dealt with, he's just, his laugh,
Yeah.
and like they're shitting on him. They're wanting more money. They know he's a money bags. So now, like, they're working. They've got the box. They're working at whatever. But now they're calling them, asking, hey, you'll send me 100. You'll send me 300. And we had a petty funds account that was just for that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Where both of us could access this account, and I could Cash App out of it. I could Zelle out of it, little expenses and shit. Because we have a team of cats. You know what I mean? It's not what you do, it's how you do it. And then it's not where you're going, or it's the mindset. Some cats are like, why you don't make money? Plugs will ask other plugs like, damn, you be killing it. No, that dude is hungrier than you.
Mm-hmm.
Like on Friday night, when you're at the club, he's getting in all those sales.
Right.
So now next Friday, they're calling him first, and they're not calling the other plug that they notice is hopefully he's there. It's just your approach to business. It's all in your approach, man.
For real.
All in the approach.
Like even with the return thing, like when we was doing it, like with the card, and like this another one I wanted to talk about, because like I said, like a lot of people like when you hear about credit cards, you just buying, selling merchandise, buying, selling merchandise. They don't know about the return. Like it's a return, but people think, oh, it's gonna go back to the card you paid for it, right? Check this out. So I figured out some shit. So I forgot what it was. I went with my who's my wife now. She was my girlfriend at the time. I went with her to like a store. It was like Marshalls or something like that, right? She had to return something. So we go in the store, they ringing it up, and they like, okay, swipe your card. She swipes the card, boom. They return it back to her card. They made sure like it was the same card she paid with, of course, and swiped the card. She got the return. So something came in my head when she did that. So I'm like, yo, what if I put my like I'm gonna just say mine so I won't sound confusing, but I have like a prepaid card or some shit like that, or like somebody I know like yo, let me hold your card for you real quick. It's gonna be money coming in. So I would take like my bank like that I have access to, a bank that I have access to, and put it on a card that I pay with. You get what I'm saying? So boom. So like even for the viewers so they understand, nah. Like boom. I'm gonna just start it like this. I go in a store, you buy 4,000 in merchandise. You buy 4,000 in merchandise, you get whatever, boom. Use the fake card, boom, you get it. You got it, okay, boop, boop, boop. I wanna return it now. Return half here, 2,000 here, 2,000 here, whatever. But I want to return it now. I go back to the store. Let's just say the whole 4,000. I go back to the store. I want to return this. They ring it back up. Boop, 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 boop. Swipe your card. But before you swipe the card, let me see the card that you pay with. Okay, here. They check the receipt because they got the last four numbers on the receipt, and then they check the card. So it matches. All right, this is the card you pay with. All right, now swipe your cards, and then the money gonna go back to your card. Now, what they don't know that on the writer, I've written my information from my bank onto that card that I pay with. It's just the numbers of the card that I pay with. So that's what I showed them after I showed them the card I pay with. Now my information is on the card now. Like now that I went home and switched it and swipe it, and it's going straight to the account I have access to. And I was going crazy with that for a minute, and a lot of scammers, they ain't really know about that. Like I said, they running iPads, they not thinking bigger, but it was just one day I was with my wife, I see her swipe, and it wasn't every store. Like some stores, it was try wherever. I would go in the store, buy 4,000 in merchandise, and I'll bring it back to return it, and they'll be like, oh, we sent it back to the card. They ring everything up, boop, 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 process it. I'm sitting at the register looking stupid, waiting to swipe the card. They like, oh, it went back to the card. We sent it back to the card automatic. So it was certain stores like I had to figure out like okay, this store make you swipe. All right, this card send it automatically back, but
because they all have like different return policies. I forget what store, but I would get I'd get merchandise with the card, with the bag card. I got the merchandise, I got the receipt. Then I would return it. I'd return it to purchase something bigger. I'd pay the balance in cash. So the new receipt says cash tendered.
it's like store credit.
Well, no, because I'm returning it, but I'm returning this to buy this. This is $20. This is $25.
Yeah.
So that difference, I'm gonna pay $5 in cash.
Right.
The receipt says, original such and such return, $5 cash tendered, and they'll just ask, how did you pay for the first transaction? Because that transaction is lost in the inputting the information on how. Oh, I paid that in cash. Because all I'm doing, I'm returning it. So I return this first. Well, thank you very much. Now I got the merchandise credit. I don't have this no more. So now I'm gonna go and get this, but it's $5 more. So here's my merchandise credit, and that's $5 more. Here's $5 cash. So that receipt now says I purchased this with a return and cash.
And then now you're gonna return.
Now I'm gonna return that.
And get straight cash.
Yep. Okay. So how'd you pay for it? Oh, cash. Everything was cash. I just had to buy up, and now now we don't even need it anymore. I forget what store that was, man, because I didn't get into doing that for too long. I don't like that hustle for me, because like when I was going, I don't like being denied. I don't like going into a place not knowing that my probability is at 100.
Yeah.
I don't like hoping. I don't like sprinkling in hope on my meal. Like I would rather pay extra to have fire information, and that's why I never did the bins with all those numbers and all that, because they resell them. I knew a guy that was setting up the cards because you're getting your own.
Yeah.
But even with the cards, with the black box, you're hoping that this account has money in it and not $2.50.
Nah, you know from the BIN number. Because, like, say you got a business credit card, I could easily do my research. All right, boop, boop, boop. It's all on Google. All right, I'm going as if I want to open up the account myself, or you could walk in the bank and ask about this account. I want to open up this account. Boop. What's the credit limit, like that? Like you picking out cars. Like, you get what I'm saying? You picking out, all right, this the credit cards.
But you know that it's a good solid card because you can identify it. Oh, this is a platinum joint.
Yeah.
You don't know if he's maxed out.
Right.
He's got a $50,000 limit. He's got
That's another thing.
he's got $70 available.
That's another thing. Nah,
you know,
absolutely.
And I just don't like the hope game. I like going in a place, man, with my chin up and such and such, because I'll have a whole spiel. You know, I'm a CEO of something. I'm whatever it is.
You seen about the Amy's I was talking about on Mac shit? That shit. You want me to get into that? Like that story? Like that's the cause you see when you post a video, you put like 6,000 a day. Like, I basically ran into some cars. Like, it's a whole story, like how I got them and stuff. But I basically had these American Express cards that we ran into, and I had 6 of them. And I basically was like trial and never. Like, it started off, I was using them every day, and they was never declining. Like, they was never declining. I'm using, I'm going here, I'm getting this. They not declining. So what ended up happening, one day I'm like, I'm gonna just take one of the cars and I'm gonna just go out. I'm gonna go out. Took my girlfriend at the time, my wife now, took her, and we went out to like Connecticut or some shit, and we just went crazy. And then it stopped at 10K. So I'm like, oh, okay, it's probably a 10K limit, and not just that, it resets the next day. So I tried the same thing, took a different car, went out farther, 10K or like 9,000. It would stop around there, because basically I had the car, my mans had the car, and one other person had the car. But like we simultaneously, but it's 6 of them. So it would be one day I'd be like, yo, don't touch this card, or just use these 2 cards. I'm gonna use these 2 cards, and you go use those 2 cards. So we all got our own separate limits that we use in a day. So I got 20,000. I could wake up and spend every day. He got 20,000, and that went on for like 3 months. Like, no lie. Like, to this day, all we know is American Express. We looked up the BIN. The BIN number can't even be found in the system, because we try to buy that card like from the dark web after we found out about it. Because what it was, one of my boys was getting his numbers from some dude in Guyana in Africa, and we don't know how he was getting his numbers. We heard that he was getting like from a hotel before, somewhere in around the world, and he was just sending them, and when he sent them to my boy, my boy would work them, and just send him whatever. He don't even really know like too much. Like, it's crazy. Like he sending him like $1,000, and he'll send him like 50 cars at a time, 50 cars. He just send him an email. He'll wake up one day to see an email. He'd be like, yo, just throw me something. Throw me 1,000 for this, like something like that. And then he ran into some cars that was American Express. He used them, and then it's like once he run through them, he used to like downsize my boy. And after he run through them, he'll throw them to my boy, because he just getting them. He's getting them like this, so he'll just throw them to my boy. And my boy would come to me, because I had to set up in my house. None of them had to set up yet. And he would be like, yo, just cook all of these up. He'll bring a stack of cards. He's like, yo, just cook all of these up. I'm going to go try them. Just put them on all white face cards. I'm going to go see which one worked. He's sitting there at the parking meter or some shit, just seeing which one worked. And then we ran into the American Express shits. And I had him because I cooked it up for him. He went to Miami playing with them. I ended up using them in New York. And then once I found out, I went on the road, 10K limit. It was just crazy after that. And that went on for like 3-4 months. It's like, that's what, like, guaranteed. Like, I started getting workers. Like we at the Trump house, the penthouse in the Trump house, that shit like 5,000 a night. These niggas renting that shit out. Like me, I was scared of shit like that. Like I'm not going. The most I do is like $1,000, $1,200, $1,500. But they in the Trump house, 500, 5,000 a night. Then they busting the room service up, big ass platters come into the room. They got bitches running around everywhere, and they panties, bras, crazy. It was just like when I walked in, it was crazy. They ordering bottles. That was another thing they was doing. Like they was going to different hotels, and like they would go up to the room, call up like, I want 50 bottles of like Dom Perignon or like Ace of Spade. Take the bottles, spin off, leave the hotel. Like they were just getting it strictly for the bottles. So, but at that time, like in a Trump, like they just ordering them just to have them, just for like decoration. Like they just doing shit. Every day they waking up, they going again, and it's approving. And mind you, they billing it. Like it got to the point, like on the third day, that they was like, they called them downstairs. They're like, yo, we gonna bill was, you ran up a tab, the shit like fucking 30,000, and he had to give them another card to cover it. It was crazy. It was like he maxed out the first card for the day. He had to come down to cover out like the $3,000 card. He grabbed the other A-meat, cleared that out, grabbed the other A-meat, cleared that out. They didn't think nothing of it at the time. And that was just like an incident, like with those cars, like they was just different. Like, and then like for those whole 4 months they was on, cause they started like dying out one by one. They started like dying out, then the balance got low. But we don't know what type of, we thought it came for the feds. Like they just gave us like a dummy car just, and they track like a state car, like they tracking all the information. Like we used to think crazy shit, but like nobody never got grabbed up. Like nobody never got grabbed up. We never found that card on the dark web. We never found, like, we got sites, like bunch of different sites. We looking, we asking vendors who like get them from like the ATM.
We want these cars and we will pay whatever.
Whatever, like.
So I know that with Amy's, there's different tiers, obviously, of American Express, because they're not true creditors like a credit card.
Yeah.
Like they give you, like you say, that $10,000 bar. So they give you that $10,000 limit, and there's no like pay schedule like credit cards. Like that's 10 band. Good luck, go spin it. And then they just, okay, they want that 10 band back. So it's almost like every time you do something, it's almost like a cash advance. Because like, and there's no stipulate. That's why it's hard to get an Amex. But once you get it, and you're not at the blue, like you're at, not the black, but you're at, whatever their tier is, like their acceptance is, yeah, it's crazy. Amex is crazy.
That shit was like.
We were getting a hold of some convenience checks that were Amex. Good times.
Like we couldn't, like, it didn't feel real, because we dealing with like just credit cards. We deal with credit cards, high limit. It hit for like 4K, but he using it in Miami. I'm using it in New York. My other son in LA using it. So we thinking about the regions flagging and shit too. Like it's being used in multiple places, probably at the same time. Who knows if we using it at the same time? But bro, like we just going outside, like whatever gotta register is like that's the confidence. Like it's like it. Then now you, even with like the females, like you cocky, like listen, like we'll go make this money here, take this card, and then like it'd be like these group of girls like that get like spent around to like different scammers. Like she with this scammer one day, she with that scammer one day working, and it's just like the females, once they came around us, they was not leaving. And then like I was like into money and females, cause like it was different. Like me growing up, I wasn't like too much. Well, I was into females, but they wasn't really on to me. Like it was always hard. My friend would always get the girl that I want. And it was just like a picket thing, like, oh, you mad black, oh, you African booty scratcher. Like, I used to have the craziest jokes. And like I'm happy to talk about it now. Before I was like embarrassed of this, like while I was in it. Once I started getting money, it just like from then, people got their own like reasons, or they following rappers like, oh, we don't fuck with bitches, oh, only fuck bitches one night. Like, I didn't start dealing with bitches for real till like I said, like the credit cards came in like around 16 years old. So it was just like I always had a mindset like I know you not here for me, cause it's just like it was like your type of con that was like you was the one picking on me. It was just like the ones that looked like you, hair done up, this Chanel bags, Birkin, like it was your con, and it was just crazy. And like when we went out, this I ain't get to talk about this too much on Matt shit. Like when we went out, we made movies. Like even the strip clubs, like they stopped doing this in New York too at a time. Like we can get money like from the credit card. Like yo, we want singles. Like now they want some straight cash, especially in New York, cause like everybody's scamming. It's just like a scamming state, but city. But they was taking the cards, like and it was. We was throwing a little bit of money, pocketing them. I had one a dumbass friend who was just throwing everything. He didn't give a fuck. He trying to impress. He trying to take one of them home type of nigga. You get what I'm saying? But I used to go in there, me get 5K, throw a band, probably 800. If it's something next to me, little stack still next to me, and the hoes ain't at the bottom of my feet trying to grab them, grabbing that back, probably throw it up again, grabbing it back. I didn't, yeah, like I was dealing with bitches, but I wasn't really like into them. Like these niggas, they taking them to nail salon, like they just doing little dumb shit. Like, bro, go get some money, bro. Like, but they were just living life off the credit cards. Like it got to the point they didn't even want to make money no more. They just want to just live. Yeah, they just want to live.
That's the difference between cats that are on make. Like I know cats that have been into this thing and swipe game, and all that swipe game for them is like to get the big goal, you know what I mean, get the car and the rims, get stuff. I'm like, man, well, you throwing away. No, it's the difference between, like I say, the rich and the poor. Like the rich will see that as an opportunity. Okay, I'm finna take that money and make money now. I don't turn back.
Right.
I'm not gonna get a lottery ticket hit, get the cash, burn out all the money, and up. Well, at least while I'm got the lotto money, I'm finna buy a whole bunch of more lottery tickets. And I'm like, no, man, you gotta.
I was even dealing with the rental shit. Like I'm just thinking about like different shit. I talked a little about that on the Matt shit, cause it was like a story, like how I got locked up. Like that's what I ended up doing 2 to 4 years in prison for. Like I was doing the rental shits. Like I was going to the airports, getting rentals. I used to get them for myself, driving, drunk, late nights, crashing them, go get another one. I just realized how easy it was. Like I'm just swiping them, crashing them, getting another one. So I just started getting a bunch of them. Like every other day, I would just go out, get a car, park it somewhere, boop, 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 right the street. I parked it at, boop, wait probably a week, 5 days, go get another one, park it here, boop. And then I was just advertising it. Yo, I got the rentals, and people just hitting me. Yo, boop, yo, cash at me, 1,000 for the week. I used to go get the luxury shit sometimes because you have to be a certain age, 25 and over. So I made sure that the driver license I cooked up was 25 and over. And they was just checking them. Like they wasn't really scanning them. I don't think so at the time. They was just checking them, boop, boop, boop. And it went through. And even the profiles, we was getting profiles for them most of the time too. And the profiles, we was getting, came with the DL, the driver license and shit. So we was just throwing them on there. So like after like it got to that point, but yeah, they end up grabbing me for that. The auto theft detective came down. Like, yo, where the cars at? For the car shit, nothing. When I got to that point, I had they caught me in the airport. They caught me getting an Audi A4 silver. I remember to this day. It was so sweet, so like no problem. And then we had the Amy's at this time. They running around in hotels with girls. I'm probably backing out a rental, and then I probably go to the hotel. grab one of the bitches, talk them up, bring them to my little $1,000 little sweet loaf I got here, feel me? Take them out, feel me? Show them around, take nice restaurants, they loving it. Listen, and this just always was a line for me, like, yo, just, what you getting to eat? Get whatever, like, get whatever you want. We at the bar, you 42 Don Julio, and that's before Don Julio, they said it like in a rap name, like that was like Patron was my thing, but then I went to like a high-end bar, they didn't have Patron, so I had to get Don Julio. So I was fucking with the Don Julio heavy back then, like I know it became a thing now, Don, but that was before like I even knew what was a thing. Like I was fucking with the Don Julio shit, doing that and just doing stupid shit. Like I was meeting business people. I'd be at the bar and I'd be like bunch of white corporate people. They you know I'm in the city, so they probably working in the courts. Who knows? But one of them, they was like doing shit like they was in charge of like not in charge, doing something in the grocery stores, like putting shit on the shelf. I had to do with something like putting something on the shelf. I remember it was something like that, but he had a company or some shit like that. But I just be at the bar like, yo, shots on me. Everybody getting shots. Like whatever they drinking, telling the bartender, yo, refill everybody on whatever they want at the bar. And then when she go to them, she'll be like, yo, this person over here, for me, sent you a drink, And I'll be like, that's all night. Like the whole time I'm sitting here, they can get whatever they want. And they were just coming to me, thank you, man. Thank you, appreciate it. Who are you? Who are you? Who are you?
And I got a story for him. When I did shit like that, I got a whole schmeal.
Yeah.
What was my thing? I was an executive producer. This is what the girl Madison used to, like I was a producer. I didn't want to get into it. Yeah. Like I would go to these hotels. Madison, the girl, would talk for me. I would be in the back, so it'd be kind of Madison, Zack, at the desk, checking me in. Mm-hmm. And I don't even like speaking to people. And like her schmeal, like she'd be like, can you do me a favor? Do you have any suites? Do you have any penthouses? He's kind of a prick. I've got him here late. Yeah. He had to fly coach. You know what I mean? Can we just, my job is kind of, this guy really doesn't like me. And he's in the city and I'm tasked with, you know, with making sure he's can you, well, let's see. So now the concierge is a worker also. So now she feels bad for her because she identifies. You know what I mean? Yeah. Let me see what I can get you. And I'm Johnny Prick. I'm in the background. I'm not giving nothing extra. I'm just, it's all like indifference. Like, I don't know what's going on over there, but like we need to hurry up so I can sit down. I've been standing way too long. And we got the rental car, so we got whatever the best that Hertz had to offer. I'm sitting in the back seat. Yeah, Hertz gold member.
Yeah, that's one that.
It's all presentation, bro. It's all presentation. And like I've been places where cards have declined and the associate would have, I swear to God, I've had checks decline at places where the manager has overrode it. Just put it in the drawer and they'll hit the cash button. So they'll take the check as cash and print me out a receipt. And on the receipt it says cash. Don't worry about it. We get these all the time. It's all in your presentation. All in your presentation.
Wow. You was getting like were you getting actual account numbers or you were just throwing like
actual account numbers? And when we were doing it, we didn't have bins or internet and stuff. So I was going to hotels or I'd go to whatever a nice business was. So I get them from people. Just like you hand them the box. My thing was putting my phone number, my burner phone, on a $100 bill. And dap somebody up that looks cool, look like they with the bullshit. You know what I mean?
Did say that.
Yep. And I give them the $100 bill. And I'm like, call me, man. It's about some money. Ain't no crazy freaky shit. Just call me, bro. And I look like money. And I dress specific. No chains and polo. I mean, you look like you got money and you're going to hop on a video. But like, I would wear H&M, you know, a turtleneck or something.
Tired.
All very earth tone, solid colors, no big letters or nothing trendy. All solid. Maybe a blazer. I look real preppy, and I give these give me a call, bro. And you know how easy going. You know, I talk. Hey, what's up, man? What? This is a nice hotel, man. Yeah, you're checking it. No. I'm just checking it out.
So you know the numbers coming out
Yep.
here. Ready.
Yep. And hand that one cat that's in back. He's proper like everybody else, but I know that motherfucker smoke. I know that white boy smoke weed. I see the little tattoo he hiding on his neck. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or I see the way he laughing talking to the other bellboy, the other blue collar cat. You know what I mean? You're different than them. You can tell the cats that are. And I would say, bro, 19 out of 20 times I get a call back.
Fire.
And out of the 19, I would definitely say 14, like the percentage is so high where I get somebody that's ready to make money. Because one, you know I got money because I'm giving you a business card on a $100 bill. And then, like, all I want is the pieces of paper. Or all I want is the checks that come out of here. Take a picture of it.
Yeah.
I don't want the actual check. Take a picture of it.
Right.
The more how much money you want to make? Damn, how much I get? That's funny you ask. How much you want to make? Because it's endless. What do you want? 10,000? 20? You're going to have to get a lot of shit out of there, bro. And it's going to be for a while. I'm going to pay you. I'm going to pay you how you work. I never give a set price. So like when you come and you've got 20 credit card authorization forms, that's a nice haul. Look over, I see a couple Amy's in there, a couple Platinums in there, Citibanks in there. All right, here go 400. Oh man, I could, yeah, bro. I mean, that's all I brought on, but that's keep it up just like this. I don't care if you bring me 2. Just keep bringing them. As long as you're bringing them, you locked there. You locked.
And we was doing that like just with the postal office, like the females around our age. We just go into like the check cashing place. Sometimes the post office, but mainly a check cashing place. We just going in there, finding like the little girls working there, just bagging them like just yo, you know, just macking game. Yo, where you from? Yo, you feel me? Oh, you look good. Like she from the hood, you could tell. But we just picking out those.
And then I don't roll with the crew.
Right.
So I ain't going in these little spots, and I got me, my homeboy,
Yeah.
and stuff like that because I don't like the presentation that it gives. I'm a solo guy.
Too much people. He might be splitting the money with 3 people.
Yep.
Like nah.
And I don't know if this cat got the same walk and swagger as me.
Right.
Because I know when I step in a place, like I'm disarming. I don't want you to look at me and stereotype me in the mold of whatever stereotype you finna black. You know, I don't fit that mold. I know. So I run to the asshole. I want them to hear my voice, see how I walk, the confidence, the chin up. You know, I don't got notice how my pants aren't sagging, sir. Now how can I help you? Yeah, now I want to scam you out of everything you got in here that's not nailed down.
Yeah, he looked like he's a part of some business.
Yep.
Like
and I'm gonna be, and I make it a point that I'm gonna be here a while. Scammers in and out.
In and out, right.
Really, I want to be out when we're at the register. That's when my internal clock is going.
Right.
Because I walked in here, I got all the time in the world. All the time in the world. And I want the suspicious people to watch me shopping, because that's what people do when they're spending money. I want to choose between that. Oh, what's the difference? I might even have you call your manager so they can explain, so I can laugh and cuckle and I can laugh and chuckle with them.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's all it was. We just wanted a picture. That's it. Just slap pictures.
It is not what you do, is how you do it.
Mm-hmm.
That motorcycling is my passion.
Yeah, I heard.
It gives you purpose. Like you know, it gives you something to do. So like you're always thinking about the weather. You know, oh shit, I'm gonna go ride.
Yes.
Anytime during the day, you know, there's no traffic time.
And it's a good place for it too.
And it's perfect. All year, it's January. Other spots, them motherfuckers is.
Yeah, New York is fucking
freezing. Freezing. It's 70 right now, mid-70s.
Yeah. That's hot as a bitch. I was tight. I threw on a sweater today. I ain't gonna lie.
We don't even know how. Like, I got so much winter clothes, bro, and
big ass jackets in my closet.
You wear them for a week.
That's it.
It's probably gonna be one more cold kind of swing.
Yeah.
And
it's over. That's crazy. It was just freezing. Now came outside today. I'm like, what the fuck? It was fake cold last night. I ain't gonna lie. It was alright, but it wasn't like last week cold. But
I still kind of ran. He was like, it was refreshing to get the other side's kind of opinion.
Yeah.
And I'm like, because, and they were like, man, you know, in the beginning, she was like bossy, like we were just bumping heads.
Yeah.
Towards the end of that conversation, like I understood exactly where that female officer was at. Like, in order to control the situation, she wants to control the stop. Like, an unknown guy just stands out of his car. You know what I mean? She don't know what's going on. Yeah. She's a woman. Right. Who knows what I'm actually legitimately doing? I could be in the middle of like some hairy ass shit. It just so happens that my license registration, all that stuff, check out. Who knows what? Because she hadn't really secured it. So like when we were past everything official and we're just talking like citizen to lady, and she gave me her perspective, I was like, wow, like I really do get it.
Yeah.
But like we talked about like some real stuff, like the difference in agencies, the training. She came from Texas and she specifically applied down there because of they're offering way more money. Their equipment is 1,000 times better.
It's interesting.
They've got like tasers that are person friendly. Like you don't have to aim and shoot and miss a second prong and got to force the subject to get it another time and that pain or whatever. It's like better equipped and like they just do stuff that we had a very interesting conversation. And I definitely want to do a podcast about that, but it was that was interesting.
That's very interesting. Coming from where we come from, that's very
and seeing different. Like their perspective. Because again, I'm uber anti-cop.
Right.
Super. But seeing it from, and then like when they were talking, I scour YouTube all the time, and I've seen like situations where it's just like a guy, two guys. There's no early indication of there's finna be some shit. Mm-hmm. And it be some shit. Shootout, da 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 da. So like, they never know. And then they're not built like that. It's not like it's me or you that grab a badge. We got heart.
Right.
So, I ain't finna escalate. I ain't finna show you I'm scared. Those cats are way different. They grew up a little bit different. So they're entering stuff scared, cautious, with this fake, false bravado that they were trained, not real deal.
Because they hearing stories from their coworkers, and they watch stuff on TV like just me and you, like bad guy, good guy,
yep.
And it gets to them sometimes. You get what I'm saying? It runs through their heads. Like when they, like it was one time I was watching like a cop interview. He was on a podcast. He was doing an interview like how he was. I forgot the dude got very popular, got millions of views on YouTube. I forgot the guy's name though, but he was doing a podcast and like talking about that. Like he was just like, when I'm walking up to a car, like I don't know what I'm about to get into. Like, and he was just like, it's an adrenaline rush. Like walking up to the car, you don't know if the guy's gonna shoot you. So now I'm thinking like, all right, this is what they thinking about. Every time they pull up to the car, this is what's running through their heads. Do this guy got a gun? Is this guy a crazy one? So yeah, they come into you scared. That's why when you moving around, they don't want you touching anything. They jumpy. You reach in your glove compartment without saying, officer, can I reach for my glove compartment to grab my information? They get scared. They get hesitant. Oh, they see you reaching. Oh, this must be one of the crazy guys. I heard a story. This is exactly how it happened. my coworker told me I stopped him, and he went to reach in his glove compartment. He thought he was getting his information, his vehicle registrations, and he was actually grabbing a weapon. You get what I'm saying? Then I seen actual videos like on Facebook. Like I'm one of those guys, Facebook, YouTube, watching all of the cop body cam videos. So I see it. So like I said, like my thinking, it went different. It used to be like they harassing us, like they doing this because they just hate us. Like they just got like this hate. I'm not saying there's no cops out there that's not like that, but you have cops you got good cops. Like I had to learn that. Like I didn't want to accept it at first. I'm like, no cop, but it's a couple of them. It's still a couple of them. Like that's just genuine good people. Not even cops. They just good people in general. You get what I'm saying? So
Yeah, that is definitely a fact. You could take that pillow and kind of prop that so it ain't up on you.
no, it's comfortable.
It's good.
Yeah, I love it. No, it's comfortable. Unless it look crazy in the camera.
It do.
All right, bet. So
Like that.
you want me to get it out? All right.
Like that.
Yeah, if it look crazy on camera, then. So,
But yeah, so like, and here's another perspective. Like, so I hang with guys that allegedly run from cops on the bikes. You know, that get kind of crazy on the bikes.
yeah, I see it all the time on YouTube,
allegedly.
Facebook. Yeah.
And you got some cops that like look forward to that.
Oh yeah.
You got the young, the young cowboys that they can't wait to boom, boom, and here they come. And that makes their day.
Mm-hmm.
And you got other cops that are not rookies, that have been doing this for quite a while, that's not about to hop behind some young punk in order to make this, arrest and jeopardize my life, my family, some innocent Karen that's driving across the street, not really paying attention and not listening for the sirens, and there's that tragedy.
Mm-hmm. It's life.
Yeah, you got so, and I've talked to other cops that are like, yeah, I don't chase, I don't have to answer that question. I went through that when I was young. Like it's not worth it over pulling you over to make sure you get that speeding ticket.
Yeah.
You know,
Especially if it's something like that, there's no real crime at hand. Like you didn't just finish robbing a bank, you didn't finish just murdering somebody. Like.
and like I get like I wouldn't want it to be legal for anybody with a bike just to ride crazy.
Yeah.
Just because like I can handle it, but I have women in my life that drive. That,
Right. Right.
mom and all of that. So I wouldn't want that. So I get the need for police and all of that stuff. But there's a way. Because you're upholding the law, don't break the law to uphold the law.
Mm-hmm.
Don't automatically assume like, okay, that's a black guy with dreads and
Yeah.
gold. I know he's got something on him.
Everybody ain't the same.
So I'm gonna make up some bullshit to frisk you and stuff, and there's the dope. So in your police report, it's just a blatant lie. And you'll say, like, I did this and that within all these bounds of the law. But in totality, you're breaking the law to uphold the law.
Right.
You're no different than Johnny Felon that's breaking the law to feed his family. And
Absolutely.
and like the cowboy, like I was gonna do a podcast about that, like the cowboy mentality of a cop and the gangster mentality is one and the same.
Mm-hmm.
Like the rules don't apply to me. I get everything. Like that's how cops are. Like the rules don't apply. I am the law. Gang members feel the same kind of way. Like, the bad end of the gang, the Chicago bangers and all of that. It's the same thing to me, boy.
No, for real. I got pulled over by an officer one time, and the first time I got pulled over, it was by a woman officer. I was speeding a little behind her. It was like a 35, 30. It was a 40, and I was doing about 60, and I remember she was in front of me, and I was just like closing in on her. It was a black Dodge Charger. She's closing in, and now it's just crazy. Like I always watch out for those now. Like the Chargers, like now, okay, like charges.
Slow down. I know, like Hillsborough specifically, like if they can't auction away some of like the impounded cars.
I'm still fighting the case. Still got the lawyer ready, fighting the case. Take me out the car, boom, talking to me, license registration. I give him my brother name again, because now I'm thinking like, all right, probably she just did too much. You get what I'm saying? This is what I'm finding about Florida, because they don't really pull you. If you don't give them a reason to pull you over, they don't really pull you over out here. But they pulled me over supposedly for following too close to a truck, or what was it? Yeah, following too close to a truck, and I didn't merge to the left on a highway to a car that was broken down on the side. But long story short, he asked me for my license. I gave him my brother name again. He ran it, and then it come back to a face, and he just got all worked up. He got worked up like the first lady that pulled me over. Oh, why is no face coming up? And you know what? Let me fingerprint you. And then that's when first time in my life, I seen that they had a portable finger scanner where you could put your finger and it runs you in seconds.
Right in the car.
Seconds. Yeah. Like not even in the they probably got one in the car, but he had a portable one like that. He took out his pocket and I put my finger in it, and then he went to the car, plugged it in. No, he didn't even plug it in. I guess it's wireless. Crazy. First time seeing it. Seconds.
Close that door back.
So we sitting there like a couple of seconds waiting. We both looking at the computer from inside the car. I'm on the passenger side. We looking through the car, and then my face pop up first. I see it, and then I see like words. I can't see what to say, but obviously my information, my real name. And he just looked at me. Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands. Like feel me? He just got total mood change. He was cool at first. Like, listen, if you don't got no warrants or nothing, I'm gonna let you go with no tickets, boo. But changed to a whole different person. You get what I'm saying? Put my hands, locked me up, put me in the car, sat me there, and then he came in the car and he talking to me. He was like, "Yo, why you lied to me?" And I was just like, honestly, I just got out for this. I just came out of jail for not having a license. And I wasn't trying to get I wasn't trying to get caught for this again. You get what I'm saying? So he ran my name. We talking to each other, and then he was like, "You know what? I'm gonna give you a chance." He was like, "Yo, I'm gonna give you a chance. I see you got a baby car seat in the back." He was like, "How old is your kid?" I'm like, "Oh, he was 8 months at the time." I'm like he 8 months, and he was like, "Oh, okay. Listen. Thank your baby today, because I'm not gonna take you to jail. I'm gonna write you a ticket that you have to go to court for. Like it's basically a arrest for force giving a name to an officer. Force like when you give a fake name to an officer.
Yeah,
false name.
Resisting without violence.
Nah, I didn't resist, because when they came aggressive and put me up, I let them. So they he ain't hit me with the resist. Thank God, because you know some of them they. Yeah, he was moving
just
around.
Just pile on the charges.
Right.
For the bomb.
Yeah, so he gave me a ticket for that, and he sent me about my way, and we had a little talk after, like that's why it came to my head for what you were saying. He was just like you gotta just stop the bullshit. Like why don't you get your license? I'm like, listen, I'm going through hard times with money right now, and it's hard right now. I can't afford it, and. Yeah, we just had a talk. Like human beings. Like my first interaction with a cop, like that went good. Like that actually went good.
Few and far between.
Yeah, so like from that day, like I'm like, dang, like it's really okay cops out here. Like it's good. He could have easily took me to jail, easy. Like why not? You get what I'm saying? Like in my head, it's just like, why not? Why don't he want to mess up my day till they take my car, tow my car, whatever the case may be? He still towed the car, but he let me go home. Drove me to the gas station and everything. It was crazy. We had a long talk there. He was just like, get it together. You got a kid? He was like, I got a little one too. I got an 8-month too. And he really talking, and I'm like, this is crazy. Like this, I couldn't believe it. You get what I'm saying? And I'm really like, it was crazy. I'm not gonna go into the whole conversation, but we had a deep conversation, like, and it was just crazy. But yeah, I ended up beating that case though. Thank God. I ended up going to court. They dropped the charges because I ended up getting my license. I called a couple of people like, yo, listen, put something together. I'll pay y'all back, but I need my license fixed right now so I could at least walk in court. I'm fighting 2 charges for forced names right now, and this is the best thing that I could do right now is go to court with my license. This is the best thing for me right now. So that's what I end up doing. Both charges got dropped. Yeah, the one was no contest, no plea, no not guilty, no contest,
Yeah.
and the other one got thrown out. Man, I was blessed, bro. I'm not gonna lie, I was blessed, and I appreciate that officer like to today. Like if I ever run into him, like it's funny. Like I'll show him like you the reason like why I got my license. Like it was you. Like that. This the reason why I'm driving straight today. Like I'm good. So.
There's a few of them out there.
Yeah, it's a few. It's a few. So.
There's a few of them out there.
It's a few of them. I got more bad interactions with them than good. I can tell you that much.
Take one.
Word, but since I got my license, I've been good though. The crazy part, I never got pulled over yet with my license. Like since I got my license, never got pulled over. But I feel like I just been driving different. Like it's just a wake up call. Cause like my first year I've been here, I never got bothered by the police, and I never went through that in New York. Never just driving. Like in New York, you could just be driving down the street, minding your business.
Yeah.
They pull you over. Oh,
But it's a
what you
different
doing in this
thing.
car?
Yeah, they don't care about that kind of
Yeah,
thing.
and it's the detective. Like it's the detective. It's not really the uniform officers. It's really the plain clothes detective that just harasses. Like you at a light here, They see you. They look in your windshield. Woo! Just jump behind you. Oh, like what's going on?
Because you still can't have no tent.
Yeah, I had the tent, but it was a time I had rentals. Like I had like luxury rentals, and they would
But
just
Giuliani made it so that you couldn't have tent in New York.
in New York. Yeah, you couldn't have tents. You couldn't have tents. Like I believe, like basically nothing. Like the tents though, it was a tent, but it was like nothing. Like you might as well just leave your car the way it is. Like 50%. It was it's bullshit. It's bullshit. It's bullshit.
Fishbowl guy.
The only window you could tint was the back, and I still have my car tinted. Like I brought this car I got now from New York, and it's the same tints. I could tint them a little darker here, like still, and because I think here it's like 30, 28, something like that, 28, 30.
Mine aren't legal. So
Oh, you got like the.
I think I'm at, what did he, 0% or 5? Like I'm dark. I'm a Jag you pass by that black on black on black on black.
I'm gonna see it when I go
My
down.
windshield is tinted.
Yeah, that's how I had mine last. The windshield. My windshield tinted right now, but you can't tell.
And I
they
don't
can't
have
tell.
issues. Like, I've been pulled over because of my tint probably twice in 4 years.
That's good.
Probably twice.
That's good.
But
For the
as
tints
a-
you got.
As a rule, when you pull me, you're practicing.
Yeah.
I'm not that guy, bro. Like, especially during that time, I'm a whole criminal. I do not get why, like, there's levels to this shit.
Yeah.
So, like, when you're making money, any kind of decent money,
Yeah.
you're I'm not even gonna say making money. If you're at the point where you're hitting licks, decent sized, I'm not sure why you don't have a license.
Right. Nah, for real.
And like I've met cat upon cat that like got some dope whips, no license. It's in the baby mama name. Everything they come across, they'll run into an issue. They gotta go get it out the pound, talk an officer out of not, and all of this stuff because they don't want to invest.
And they
4 hours out their day to go up to DMV, and it's fast these days, the tax collector. So go up there and do whatever you got to do. Throw away that re-up money to pay them fines off, or even get a learner's permit.
Something, yeah.
Where it's just that one extra layer of But I'm doing a podcast soon about like money. The a lot of like my inbox is a lot of, how can I make money?
Oh
How
yeah,
can I get money?
I'm getting those messages right now from Matt.
And,
He
and
put my link in the bio.
yeah,
Yo,
so
bro, yo, bro,
like
talk
how
to
I
me.
boy I want to do this and that and that. And like I look at some of the cats and I just be like, man, you're not ready. Because like you're mentally you're not ready.
Yeah, mentally.
You hit a lick for 10 band, bro, and it's gone in a week.
Yeah.
But you got some dope clothes, you got the golds in your mouth, so that's good. You checked all those boxes.
You ain't gonna take that money and invest it into what he
Nope.
doing.
It's the difference between rich and poor. Like, us niggas hitting a lick and we got that cash. And Johnny guys that are making money, the difference is they purchase assets. And we purchase $25,000 chunk,
Change cars,
a big old car.
strip
As soon as you
clubs.
make the purchase, it depreciates.
Yep.
As soon as you let go of the money, it's way less valuable. So in reality, like you're not doing nothing with your money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think it's important. Just off the subject into what we're going to be.
And I feel like financial literacy too is like something that should have been taught to us. Cause like growing up, I had nobody around us to show me what I did with my money.
No OGs.
That's why, yeah. And the OGs, I'm following their footsteps. So it was crazy. It's just like I could have had a successful business, like, but I was just so young. I was a teenager.
Didn't have
You know what I'm saying?
that tutelage. I feel like in the schools, I would take out science. Like I really don't need to know dissecting a frog and its innards and all of that. A little basic knowledge is cool, sure. I would put in like a fucking credit savvy class where people, and luckily I had my father, but like, I understood credit from a young age. I've got credit now. And especially during this time or like these last about 5 years or so, I got out the drug program and had to walk to day labor because I wasn't going to go back to hitting licks and getting, you know what I mean? So I had to walk a specific path, and luckily I had like credit to fall back on. So then I started shifting all payments and all that through a credit card.
Yeah.
Then I bumped the limit of that credit card. Then I started, all my bills funneled through that. So now I'm managing different. I'm tapping to pay everything. All my money is going to a specific account that pays on the credit card. It minimizes like my output of money. It funnels it so I have a stream and I have a budget and I can see.
Yeah.
And then when the money gets better and right, I can make that chunk payment on my expenses. But it all comes from like that credit and the mindset that payments due at this month. What are my choices? And like I think like the other cultures that was raised and stuff, like a bill is a bill. You get nervous of that bill and you got to pay the bill because the bill is due and you owe them people. Whereas I think sometimes our culture and others is shit. What is the first? I got until the 9th to pay that bill.
Yeah.
And then the 9th come, I'm going to pay that next check. And then I'm going to pay on that. And I think that we lack the discipline I owe that, I'm going to pay that because that has double the impact. I'm going to pay that and it helps this credit rating. And it opens up this line of credit. And, you know what I mean?
No, you absolutely right. I don't know if you know about like the I believe you do, like the CPNs, like attaching it to boost your credit and stuff like that. I ain't gonna get too much in that, but
So and that stuff helped me because what I did was attach a trade line to my specific credit.
Oh yeah.
Because I was in that mindset of fixing my credit. And just so you guys know, I don't want to get into like credit savvy stuff with this podcast, but like if you're trying to fix your credit, you first have to stop it from sinking. So you stop all those delinquent accounts and all that, close out everything, and then you just get a positive start to paying on stuff. And even if you've got like a $200 pager bill, not $200, but it's $50 a month, $25 a
The
month,
credit card.
and it's actual credit. If you're making payments on that, every single month you're getting a C show up on your credit statement. That C stands for
Right.
current.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter the amount. It means to the algorithm that you owe a bill and that this month you're current. Next month, current.
Yeah.
Next month, current.
Yeah, the
It
current.
could be a pager bill, $10. It just shows that bill current, bill current,
Green checks.
green checks. And then we'll get into, they get into debt to income and how much of the credit card, because you don't want to have $1,000 and max it out and just be paying your minimum payments, because you still have that debt to income ratio, which is maxed out. So then that would affect you kind of negatively.
Right.
But you always want to pay a little bit more on the principal and all that on your payments and stuff. But that's a different cast.
That's a different topic.
But money, definitely, to me, money is a mindset, and you can tell like the difference of people who hit licks and the difference of people who make money.
Yeah.
That's a whole different breed. So what kind of stuff was you into? Way back then, because all that stuff was over.
Yeah, I mean, like I was into a lot of stuff. I mean, it started from one thing, but I was into
How did it get started with you and the scamming?
like boom, like making a like how to like build a social.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's just like even like stuff like that I was learning they got the list to pick like which state, like the first three numbers, pick your state, boom, and then you apply like for like a AME, like American Express account, they decline you, or it's like this website I was using, like this car dealership, I apply for that so it can hit the system. They gonna deny it, but once you get in the system and stuff, so it's just like I learned like stuff like that. I didn't talk about like any of this like on match stuff, and like another scam like where I'm calling people acting like I'm customer care for like Apple, and like basically taking like people whole phones over, like they whole iCloud. Like I'm gonna get it like it's a lot. I was fucking with the checks. I was making checks, stuff like that.
What program you're using?
Huh?
What program you use to make the checks? Versa?
Not Versa though.
Checks off.
Checks off was one of them. Easy Check was another one. Easy Check was like the starter pack, because it was just simple and make the layout for you and everything and all that.
They give you 20 of them, and do they still have the CD, or it's like you download?
You could download it. It's like the code thing. Once you download it, it's like a little code you put in, and then it lasts.
So for people who don't know,
yeah,
what is this program? What does it do?
It's basically a template to a check. Like it's basically like businesses use it for like legitimate reasons. Like say like you run a business and you got your bank accounts. Instead of getting your checks from the actual bank itself, you can actually
for payroll purposes.
Right, for payroll purposes, you can actually write checks out yourself, like you're the actual bank conduit in a way, if that makes sense. So yeah, it's just like a template. You go on there, you put your business name, you put your name, you put your account routing number at the bottom, you put your check number on it, like so you keep track of how many checks you wrote out. And it's just a template. It's just like a program to make this check. And you have your check papers. You could buy your check papers. There's sometimes 3 checks on the page. You could buy check papers with 1 check on the page, and you just like you printing your everyday paperwork. Put the check in the printer, and you got your template laid out, and you hit print, and it prints out your checks. And then the checks, I was getting like, it was like this.
What about the ink?
The ink, magnetic ink was the ink I was using, because some banks, they will deny the check. Like if you was to put it in the ATM, the ATM will actually detect that the ink is not magnetic ink, and it will spit back out your check. It will return your check back to you. So yeah, so that was a good add on too, because I forgot about the ink. Yeah, it's a magnetic laser jet ink. Um,
Man,
and
I remember using not the laser, but the actual ink, and we had to add it to the cartridge. I think I only did that once because it was horrible.
yeah,
Like you had to add it, and it got messy, and then the combination of it. So I didn't know how much to
yeah,
put in
to put
there,
it
and
in,
it
yeah.
wasn't enough, and it was too much, and it would bleed.
I never knew you could do that.
Yep, but that was in the beginning, man.
Yeah,
I'm only 32 now, so
yeah. That's why I was interested. Like I said, if I was in your generation, like I would have had more time with this shit.
oh
Like,
man, I can remember when they were accepting cards, credit cards, and they just take the card and
I seen that in movies.
man, and it just hand it to them, and they would take
Little black
a
box
carbon
thing.
fiber copy of it, and it kind of like an
Yeah,
invoice. All right,
yeah.
you're good. Have a good one.
That's it.
That's it.
Yeah, it
I
wasn't
wasn't
no
scamming, and I
machine.
was way too young, but I can remember that, and was like, oh yeah, yeah. I can't remember. I can't wait until.
Oh man.
I always had criminal thoughts. I think.
Even before the chip thing, before they started putting the chips in the car, like that's why I said I when I started and when they started putting the chips in the car, like 3 years, 3 years before from when I started from when they started putting the chips in the car. So yeah, that pissed me off a little bit. But
Yeah, they are combating uh, fraud, man. There's actually like a foolproof way to combat it with like retina scan or with like fingerprints. So you can
yeah, explain that.
they there's a proposed system that like all your personals will be in one account, and it would be like an account that's linked to your retina scan, to a fingerprint, and that way
Kind of like a link tree.
yes, and like you go, pick whichever account, and you make the purchase and everything. People felt too like big brothery, like there's too much info in one place, and that might get corrupted.
Yeah,
But if it was one place where you would store your financials and stuff, it would be more secure. Like you put everything that you would use as a form of payment into this sort of lock tree.
okay.
And then, you go and you bip, bip. You're not going to fake a fingerprint or a
Yeah,
retina scan
right.
or whatever, but it didn't test well with people. Because they felt like if you get into that, you're in.
Yeah. Yeah, man. So you, all right? We could cut this part out, but you want me to just get in, cause like from the start or like from
Um, just however, like we're just gonna
this.
flow
All
right
right,
here.
just flow.
Just
Yeah.
start talking about money.
All right.
I know I have been dealing with the Black Zack issues. I'm gonna just touch on this with the people.
Yeah, let me hear about that.
This is and this is probably gonna be like a little update video, cause Black Zack, I'm in contact through a friend, and he's doing good. He's doing good. So you saw who Black Zack was,
Yeah.
and like he is a close friend of mine, and of the channel, and of Matt's. Matt, and everyone loves Black Zack. So some old stuff came up where I don't know, guilt or innocence, but like some old stuff, and he'll deal with that. Um, but it was before like he had made this decision to go legit and do
It's
the good
always
thing.
when you.
It's always that, and
I swear.
just he's. I'm gonna pause it.
Yeah. Where even in my case, bro, it's just like I came out here, and it's just like I fake want to do good. Now I got to see it. I didn't think I could make it here for real. Like I never thought I'd be here. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's just how I ended up here. Like it was crazy. I was my shorty, I was fucking with for a minute. She moved out here, and then I came out here to register the car. Then I just ended up staying. Like I didn't end up. It's a story behind it, but yeah, I ended up staying, bro. It's just crazy though. But it's just like I want to do good now, for real. Like you know what I'm saying? You seeing different scenarios. Like nah, I want to do good, bro. I'm tired of going to. I don't want to go to jail no more. You know what I'm saying? Like yeah, bro. Had a
That ain't
kid.
where it is, man.
I had a kid back to back. I'm like, oh shit.
Let me jump back into this. So,
Yeah.
Black Zack is doing okay. Everybody knows like he's kind of got like a heart condition and all of that. He had some health stuff going on, and even while he was in there, unfortunately, like he had like a little episode and had to go to the infirmary, and like it's fucking horrible in there. The nurses, work part time at Wawa, so like and
Yeah.
it's just horrible. Like
Yeah.
we kind of make sure he's got all that horrible food, the high cholesterol Cheetos and all that. So he's, we try to keep him with dips and chips and shit, but he'll need a lawyer. And we're pretty sure that, we can, with an attorney, he'll be able to more than likely house arrest it. We'll get him back out here, get him back on the cast and stuff. So if you guys have any help, if you guys want to help Black Zack or whatever, inbox me. I'll try to put some type of GoFundMe together. I don't even know how those things work, where you can kind of, if you want to help Black Zack, I'll get with Matt over at Matt Cox True Crime. I'll get with him and we'll set something up. And if anybody would like to help contribute to Black Zack, that would be friggin' awesome, because once he gets a court date or two in, we'll be able to get his bond at a non-king's ransom. They got it at like a king's ransom right now. It's like $250K or some craziness, and we could shoot at that. We could kind of shoot at that, but
got lawyers.
We got to get the lawyer first. We'll get that locked in. The lawyer will get him a court date to get the bond into something reasonable, and then we'll go rob a bank. And then we'll address that, bond situation when it gets lowered, and so like we'll have something. So if guys want to kind of help out, that'll be available. But yeah, Zack he's okay. It's not dire. I know like a lot of people have looked at, there's like this article and the press, the release of what happened is it's sensationalized. So it's not this huge thing. It's not as crazy. But it's going to take a little bit of time to sift through the rubble and stuff and get him straightened out. So that is the Black Zack update. So hit me in the comments, and I will definitely pass on the love, because I've been getting a lot of inquiries about him. So I'll pass on the love. He is making it by. He always asks about guys and about us and what we're doing and what you guys are doing and who's asking about him. So he loves you guys. So anyway,
like you say, he's trying to do the right thing.
He is, man. It's hard.
Yeah.
To make that kind of transition.
He want to do the right thing. So like I said, like it's a good thing, and help him out. Like especially if somebody trying to turn their life around, and they serious about it. And if y'all helping him, then I know it's serious. You get what I'm saying? It's just like not somebody you gonna help out. Then next month, next year, he back in again. It's somebody that's really trying to change his life around. He at that age too. Like he have to. He have health problems. He don't got a choice but to change his life around right now. So.
And you can hear it, like for the guys that have been in jail and been in and out of jail and all that, when you hit like a rock bottom, like when you hit like this breaking point, where you're like, man, I can't do this no more, man. Jail feels different. everything starts chafing you. Like it's just I hate this shit. You don't even want to get up and get on the phone. It's a different life, and that is absolutely what he's going through. Like there's been times he's been in up and out, and like you know he'll hit me up or whatever, and he's already plotting for the next. You know, he is at like this mental state where, bro, I'm just trying to raise my daughter now, and I've got this good venue of content and people like me, and I've got this way, and I would be a fool not to take advantage of what Matt and them are offering, and how Matt and them help me, because Matt and his team are like I can't tell you. I mean, they're going out their way for me, and like what they're doing for Zach, because Matt and Zach were closer. Like they did time together in the feds. So like Matt, and I don't want to put Matt's business out there, but like Matt has overextended his home and finances and all kind of stuff. Matt is really a solid guy.
He real for that.
So and like Matt has told him like, listen, we're gonna help you. And when I say we, him, you know, in his bank account. But like you're gonna be on mat arrest. Like you're gonna be locked in a room with a camera and a fucking tray of food, bro, and you're just gonna spit out content type of thing. But like that's good for him, and it's good to have.
Of course.
It's good to have friends like that, man.
It's positive.
When me and Zach got together, like our story, I don't know if you saw that story, but like I was at like this plateau of my hustle, and like we did different things. So I was more into like the identity and instant credit and checks, and like checks were like my big mainstay. Like I didn't mind writing a check. So I would go in there as these big corporate like businesses, and you know, Floor and Decor or Concrete Plus, and all this. So I would go there and I would order this lumber and tile and shit that nobody was going to, and that places that didn't have a check system, they just take the check. I don't want to necessarily return this stuff. I just want it, and I want $10,000 worth of it, of crap, to me. And I know that this is all dope. This is all money. I'm not gonna squander this away. Like if I go to Best Buy and write a check for 2 50-inch platinums, you know what I mean? Yeah. This is all cash. And these contractors are looking for me. They can't wait for a cat that can get $20,000 worth of brand new concrete. So like that's what I was doing back then.
A lot of money in construction.
And I was making real good, especially Floor and Decor. I know they're looking for me because I was just like murdering them. I would sell like a job of Floor and Decor stuff, like this tile work and all of the overages. I just bring that back to Floor and Decor, and they would give me the cash for it. So I just started purchasing from Floor and Decor thousands of dollars in tile, had a storage, and then I would pay cats to go and return pieces of it. $400 here, $500 here. But like in Georgia, there's 5 Floor and Decors. So you guys at least go to 7 today, make the trip, and then on the way back, hit the other shift. By the time you come back, it's a whole nother shift change. You hit 7. If you're clipping them for $300 a piece, you know, you're clearing $2,000 in a day, 50-50. You want to make money, 50-50.
Yeah.
And so like that's what I do. So when I met Zach had something different going with like banks and all this other stuff. And then I had stuff going with assuming identities and all that. And like when we merged, it was like, you know, peanut butter and jelly.
Yeah.
With his organization skills and the way I approach doing stuff, it was just like this marriage. I didn't know Matt. You know, Matt does his thing and mortgages and all of that. But like on the end that we were doing it, and to get with Zach, it was just like, we were just like, boop, what whatever it is that we would come up across, because I was never into networking. I didn't have homeboys and them that they tell, oh, this is what's working.
That's
Oh, okay, so now I'm finna do that.
Same way.
And then that hustle is beat to sleep by the time I get it. I didn't have that. We would just come up with shit. Like, damn, we got a hold of this. What can we do with this? Mm-hmm.
For real.
Let's figure some shit out.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna become that person. Or we got checking accounts or whatever. How can you work a checking account? Well, we can do this, that, and that. Let's do that. How do we do that? So like all of our stuff, like we would just kind of come up with.
Yeah. That's why I said, yeah, like what you was doing was interesting, because like when a lot of people they hear about check scams, they thinking like making a check, like what I was doing, like making a check, walking into a bank and like depositing it on an account, like finding people like I used to park up like by the homeless shelters and stuff like that, like, and it just coming up like just waking up just thinking like just thinking of ideas like, all right, I can't get nobody, I'm promoting this on my social media, like I'm running a business or something, and just people, friends of friends, oh listen, you got Bank of America already, go open Chase. Oh, you got TD already, go open up like Wells Fargo. You get what I'm saying? So it was just like that. So it's interesting, like you was actually taking a check and bringing it to like a establishment, like a business. Like I never, like when I was watching your story, like it was different. Like I came in on the mindset like, oh, he was doing a check thing, like taking it, putting it in the ATM, clearing in the morning, like that process. But walking into establishment, like is that possible to do today? Like is that still a thing?
People don't accept checks nowadays. They do on a corporate level. So
right,
they're still taking checks as invoices. Like when a truck pulls up,
right,
and he's getting all this lumber and stuff as a kind of company check. Some of the truckers still have these book of paper checks, and they write out the check to this lumber.
They probably got contracts with them already,
and they just hand them the paperwork because that's efficient for filing purposes.
Right.
With them.
I'm talking about like just a regular individual just walking in the store like, listen, I'm just here to buy this.
I haven't seen someone present a check in the store in a very long time.
I've never seen it in my generation. They
still accept them, and their systems still have check acceptance.
Yeah.
But like pulls up and he's got a check, they're automatically thinking, especially in Florida.
Okay.
Or in Georgia.
Yeah.
It's different if like you're planning, and here's where our organization would go too, because if I'm planning on, okay, all we have is Blase Squad. So all we have is some stuff to write some checks with. Part of our budget is I'm finna go out of town. That we've got to have money to get out of town to make this successful.
Yeah.
Because I'm not gonna be at the bear by damn, I'm fucked up. So I'm finna go out of town, which is a county or 3 over, and go write some checks, because that's just not going to work in Florida.
Yeah.
And then it's not what you do, it's how you do it. So don't go writing checks and you're in department stores getting for clothes.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what the scammers do.
Right.
Don't get some info, or don't get a lick and be like, all right, I'm finna try to make some money, so I'm finna go to Best Buy.
And that's what my story gonna get into. Right.
Get some iPhones, because I know they sell. Well, the cops know they sell too. At Target, Walmart, all that, they know they sell too. It'd be way different if you're going in Walmart and you got, whatever, you got a method of payment. So you go in there under the guise of being a high school coach, or, into the PTA, whatever that school guys, and you've got a whole bunch of toys for kids. Or you've got a whole bunch of clothes, and all these clothes that you're buying are boys' clothes, girls' clothes, and you've racked up to X amount of that. But your story is fitting.
Right.
You know what I mean? You're just not going in there buying the best iPads and what else you got. Don't care what the color is. I'll take 3 of them.
I'm gonna get into that when I get into my story too. Absolutely, like just going going for the like I always had a thing like I don't want to go to jail. I don't want to do something that's overly pop like because to me it might not be for everybody like out there, but it's just it was kind of like common sense. Like once I hear about it or like it's in a gossip or I see it and it's a thing, I don't want to do it. I want to do like you said, I want to do something that I don't see nobody doing. So like when you go and like you walk in the store, hey, listen, I got a credit card and I want 5 of your newest, most expensive iPads that you're getting. You get what I'm saying? That's a lot of stuff that people was running after. Electronics, people go straight electronics. That's what people straight think about when they hear credit card scam. Oh, he gonna get electronics. So you get banks, ATM, like this just the first thing that just pop into your head. Or like name brand stores, like going to Louis Vuitton, Gucci, this, that, Prada.
Neiman Marcus.
Yeah.
You want to get the shoes.
You want to get the
that
best, but like you said, like in a lot of those stories, it's like the end story is they went to jail, they got caught, or they got away. You're gonna get away 1-2 times. You're gonna get lucky a few times, but I'm not looking for a few times. I always was trying to think long term. Anything I was doing, I'm trying to look into it the long term. How can I do this for the long run? I don't want something that I gotta. Even if I'm doing something currently, I'm doing it, and even if I feel like it's starting to get funny, I'm already thinking about moving to something else. I'm already thinking about going to somewhere else because I I don't want to wait until the problem I fell down, I bumped my head already. You get what I'm saying? So it's just like you learn like okay, you don't wait until it's a problem. Like people, they think like, all right, I'm gonna go in the store, I'm gonna do this. All right, I got chased out of the store this time. I'm gonna go to another store. All right, they said they remember me, and I wasn't even at the store. So that mean that somebody else was coming that fit your description or fit your characteristics that was just in the store. I don't want to deal with that, even though I know I. Like that's the thing with people. If they have a thought in their head that it's possible, that it's a possibility that I could go in here and get this, they're gonna go for it. But I wasn't with it. Like, yeah, I know I could go in here and get this money. It's a possibility I could do that. But I'm not gonna do it. Like I was never greedy to that point where I'm just like F it. I'm a risk it. I'm gonna go in there even though I know it's hot. Everybody's doing this, and I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna get this and I'm gonna get that, and hopefully they don't chase me out, and I'm gonna pray that they don't do this. Like, no, there's other things you could do, but people they never tried this, so they don't want to do it. A lot of people, they don't want to try something that they never did. Like, oh, I don't know if that's gonna work. Try it and see if it does. So
that's not.
So I can definitely relate to you.
Another warning sign for me is when people say something sweet. It's sweet meaning that it's worked repeatedly.
Yeah.
Meaning that it's not sweet. Translation is not sweet.
Right.
Translation is that thing has worked repeatedly.
Right.
So the car company or whatever, they're minus that money. As we speak, they are hiring people or someone is on the job trying to figure that out. No one likes to give away money.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know a company out there that's saying, damn, we just lost out on that. We got enough money.
Right.
We'll just skip over that. Somebody's investigating it. It's not sweet.
Right.
I just had a guy contact me about advice. And I get a lot of that. Like, well, people will, hit me up and, hey, man, X, Y, and Z is going on. Advice, because, you're a criminal.
Yeah.
And so this guy was going through some hotel stuff where, they put a bad payment on something and, they got away from it or whatever. But he was like, well, what's going to happen with that? Because the bad payment was on there. You know how you got it on the app or whatever. And like I'm telling them, they're coming. Anything you do that ties with your real name, like somebody is investigating. It may not be now. It may be in 6 months. It may be if you use your name, they're going to find out, and then they're going to do their due diligence and tracking that down. Mm-hmm. And how nowadays is there's cameras, there's time stamps of everything. So when you swiped or you did whatever transaction with that card, pop, it shows 703. They go to the back log of the digital camera, 703. Oh, that guy was at that register or at that at the front office. So they zoom in as best they can. They're piecing together stuff.
Yep.
You know, you're leaving clues. What clues are you leaving? But how me and him were talking about it as there's no OGs. People haven't learned how to do stuff, even with plugs, with traffic. And they learn how to, you know, sell drugs, sell dope through their homeboys or their favorite rapper or whatever they saw. They don't know about like how to keep your word. They don't understand the concept of your word is your bond, and that you're supposed to approach everything like a business. So you need to, your re-up is your inventory. It's just like, you know, the mom and pop store down the street that you buy t-shirts from. They have to have inventory. You don't wait until all the t-shirts are sold and then you go and you get more shirts and all of that. Dealers will go out of business. You have to supply, there has to be a discipline. This is why some cats do better than others. Some cats just know somebody. They cousin is the plug, so they get a supply or something. They fuck up their money all the time. But they cousin them, they baby mama, daddy, cousin, nephew is the man, so they can get, you know, and then some scammers. They homeboy is doing this. So now they start doing that little lick. Now they're all of a sudden a scammer.
Yeah.
No, you just know some stuff.
You just know some stuff.
You just know some stuff. You don't know the ins and out of identity stuff. You don't know the systems that, you know, you're entering this credit card into. You don't even understand the system, what the fault points are, and all of this stuff. So you're not really scamming your hand.
Error messages.
Yep. And you're not. So it to me, it's your mindset. If you're like a focused nigga, if you're and like I say it like as in getting money, it's not just that is your way of prospering. Like you could be working at Walmart. If that is your mindset, like that get money mindset, you're gonna go to work. You're gonna be always doing overtime. You're gonna be looking for that promotion. You're gonna be demanded for it. You're not looking for it. That's the goal.
Right.
You're not just here just treading water. You're getting money. And if this ain't enough money while you're working, you're looking for another job because this ain't cutting it. It's not stimulating. We're not making enough money. The overtime isn't there. Like you are getting money. That's that mindset.
Right.
You can't hit me up, cats like you. You can't just hit, hey man, what's up, man? I'm trying to hit a lick. Me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
It's not something you could
are you
overnight
built like
too.
that?
Like, you get what I'm saying?
There's levels. Are you built like that?
Yeah.
Because if a lot of cats are just waiting to run into that brick wall. Like the guy with the hotel stuff, and he was breaking it down to me. The guy that showed him a part of it, like, you know, it was like a white guy or whatever. He's not even showing them right because we're using your real name.
I did. I was dealing with the hotels a lot.
And if you're doing with your real name, you're not really. You're just kind of hanging out.
Yeah.
That ain't scamming or all. You might be getting them and selling them for $100, $70 or whatever. You ain't licking.
Yeah.
You just getting by until because you use your real name, you're coming. You know what I mean? So like when anything that you do, you gotta know your end game.
Yeah. Nah, for real. And that's what it really comes to. Like you said, like it's like you hitting a lick. Like a lot, like I said, like and it's been like a couple of people that came to me in the past, even to this day, and it's just like, yo, bro, put me on, like, and it just irks me a little bit because it's just like you don't even you don't even know what you want to get put onto. You get what I'm saying? It's just like I'm thinking about 50, 60 different things that you could possibly be talking about. You get what I'm saying? And it's just like, I could give you something, I could make something and tell you to go do something. And then like you said, like Like you just hitting a lick. Now you running around saying you a scammer and this and that because you swiped the card and you seen him swipe a card and he's a scammer and you think that you in that same category because y'all made the same transaction. But like I said, like you said, like it's levels. Like it really is. And it's just like I was the type of person like I took scamming like 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 as a life. Like it was like it was a way for me to prosper. This is how I was getting money, and I used to study it. It's just not like I learned something and then it's working and I'm just going along. Like I wake up every day, I'm on Google, I'm on the internet, I'm on the dark web, and it's nobody around me was doing this at the time. I'm the only. I figured this out, and I'm gonna get into the story like how I figured it out and stuff. But I'm the only one who know about this. So it put me at a tougher spot. It put me in a spot where I have to find this information and I have to learn it on my own and to figure this out if I want to take it to the next level, if I want to reach a higher level, because I don't know what I'm doing at the time. Like I learned the basics, I learned how to get it started, and I got it to work. But I'm seeing it's more to it. Like I don't have to be going around swiping a all white card that has nothing on it. I don't have to go around and swiping my own card with my name on it. But it's somebody else information on the credit card. It's somebody else bank card or on my actual card. I got to find out how to make this card and put a different name on it and get a fake ID. And I used to just study from everything, like from the credit cards to the check. Like I just remember it just be times I used to really just sit down. I wouldn't come out the house for like a month sometimes. Like, and it's just like I want to try to do this the best way as possible. I want to see what's the best way I could do this possible, and just keep going up, learning new things, and that's how I win eventually. And then I'm running into people in stores sometimes, and you could just tell, like you could just tell what's going on. Some of them were just workers until I started actually meeting people that's actually know a little more than me. That's not just a worker. And then and then it just went like that. I got in touch with him, and then we had our little thing going, and then I'm learning more now. Like, you get what I'm saying? So
it was a. I was always learning, and I know even, and this is horrible, but like I would even go to jail and my prison bids. I would make sure I had my full discovery, because I would sit and analyze the arrest. Like, what happened with the associates? Who did they call? What evidence did they gather? And then I look at the evidence, okay, and this is what I left. So how could I switch what I left? You know? And I mean, and that was back in that's how I knew that it wasn't, I'm looking to go out and get better.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
I wasn't
Same
at that
way.
rock bottom, which I've hit. At that time, I'm gathering information. I would be at Walmart or whatever doing regular shopping. I'm watching procedures. I'm watching like how you accept it. Oh, I can punch that in. I can swipe my card 3 times and then it'll ask me for a manual punch in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like with me and how I would do, I was more personal. So I enjoy going into establishments and being whoever it is that I want to be, and giving that presentation to you. And at the end of the day, like at the end of this transaction, you're going to be assisting me in getting whatever it is because I don't mind. Like, I notice like when people, and they scam and they do whatever and they're into a store or location, they want to be in and out. That's the red flag right there of an associate. Because anybody who's going in and spending money,
This is my card.
and it takes time.
Yeah.
So I like for you to talk me into spending all this money. You know what I mean? And off top, like I'm not in there getting the highly scammable stuff anyway. Yeah. I don't want the Louis Vuitton purses and all of that. That's the high retail. I'm getting off-beaten stuff. Yeah. And if that's my end goal, getting the Louis Vuitton stuff, I'll go get some other stuff and then get the merchandise credit and come in and get stuff.
Right.
Like I always have
Legitly.
a lot of times, like I had the thing going with Sam's Club.
Yeah.
Really with Walmart. But I would get in to Walmart through Sam's Club. So I would go open up an account and get a business account and then make these big purchases to return them to get the merchandise credit. So now I got 3, 4, 5 band at Walmart. And Walmart cards sell like cash. And I never sell anything 50%.
So you was getting stuff from Sam Club and
Sam's and Walmart, the same.
Oh, okay. Then you can use the credit from Sam Club at Walmart?
Without question. Absolutely.
Because they the same company. I didn't know they
exact
was
same
together.
company. You just can't take Walmart to Sam's because you have to be a member. But you can definitely have Sam's and take it to Walmart. Swipe. So
You got to be a member, but it's possible.
Yeah, you got to be a member to use Sam's gift card at Walmart gift card at Sam's.
Yeah.
Because you can't go in the door without being a member.
Okay.
But vice versa, you can go into Walmart.
And then a member is just signing up, so people
Signing
know.
up, paying the membership.
Okay.
And then the next level is the business membership, where they open it up earlier and stuff. And that's just an additional, $100. It's like $100 for the membership. But when I'm in there shopping for stuff, I'm getting a big safe. Or I'm getting, and I'm a small business owner, so I would get T-shirts, and all my stuff is always stuff that I would never use.
Yeah.
It's dope. What I want to get stuff that I want to use.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I get all this, stuff. I put it in the storage. I put like the little yellow Post-its. I might have stuff wrapped, like when I was doing my Ross, and I'm getting all these returns.
Mm-hmm.
I get all that bag, put a Post-it on it, pop. Whenever the date was, 07/17, that's when this will be done. This is in the oven. This will be done on the 17th. I can take that back for cash, or I got it at this date. I give it a few days, bring that back for merchandise credit. Yeah, no, I don't want to return it. Just give me a gift card.
Yeah.
I'm good. That's not what you do.
That's
how you
interesting.
do it. Yeah. It's how you do it.
That's interesting.
And at the end I'm a firm believer in, good-looking people get better at customer service, polite people. It's all presentation. So during the middle of my transaction, if we're smiling, if I'm doing the professional flirting, a chick, and I'm giving her not the uncomfortable stuff, just a little side, just making her smile and everything. It diffuses it.
Yeah.
Don't be extra where, this guy's too much. You know how cats be. They think that they're coming off as
You're a
real.
small man.
Really, you're pushing it.
No, you really intelligent, bro.
Yep. And you let them sell it to you. That's what they're here to do. They clocked in to sell you stuff. Let them sell. I'm here all day.
Yeah.
I'm here all day. And I want you to push the envelope and all of that. And this is during the time I'm telling you business practices that I would do when I didn't even have IDs. I was opening up accounts with First Union. You're too young for that. First Union is actually
It's like a credit union or something.
Wachovia, which is Wells Fargo right now.
Okay.
So back in the day, the banks mature. It's Wells Fargo is actually Wachovia. They just chose to go with the name Wells Fargo because they had a better face. They had a better brand. And before that, they were First Union. First Union, you could call up, name, date of birth, social security number, your bank account will be open, and those checks will be at your door in 5 days. And I was getting so many of them that I didn't even need an ID, or I didn't know ID connects. So I would just go there, flash an ID, my ID, but I'd write my driver's license number. I'd write everything on the check.
Yeah.
Because I know how you do it. You put the T, you put the Florida, it's a Florida DL, you put the number, the expiration date. I know exactly how you do it. So I put it on there. I flash my ID, cut the check off, hand it to you, flash my ID.
Yeah, I heard you talk about that on that.
And then as soon as you go to look, I close it, I'm putting it away. I wrote all that stuff on there. We're so personable up until this point, you trust me.
Yeah.
It said, oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm a check guy. It's just how I keep my books.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I used to have my wife used to deal with all of this stuff. She been long left me. Probably a better business decision for her. So now I'm trying to figure it out. And the best way I know how is to write the checks.
Yeah.
It's your presentation.
Yeah. It's
You know
like,
what I mean?
I feel like it's getting them, like getting them comfortable. Like finding out like what they interested in. Like one thing like with identity and fraud, like I feel like once you learn how to read somebody, it's all about reading them. And then I'm able to read somebody like from the first two conversations we have. Sometimes first, depending on like if they quiet, if they a loner, like you could just tell at that time I could tell like where that person came from, like a kind of like a background.
Yep.
Just by talking, and I always found that interesting. And then once I get it or I get an idea, I just go off of that, and I don't really get too much into like what I'm trying to do until I feel like that person comfortable. Sometimes I leave like, all right, I'm not budging,
Yeah,
or I could feel it's just some people I wouldn't even go to. I could feel like, oh, he's gonna give me problem. Oh,
Yep.
she's gonna give me problem. She looked like she know what's kind of going on, and this person is just like, oh, he's perfect. But let me make sure, because sometimes people like you could look at them and then when you talk to them, you're like, oh shit, like he know a little bit more than how he looks. You get what I'm saying? So I get what you was doing. You get what I'm saying? Once they laugh and comfortable.
I never go to the super cool black guys.
Yeah. That'd be a lunge. That'd be crazy.
Yeah, but I never go to them because the manager knows.
Yeah.
The manager is hip to, we got to keep an eye on Keon.
It's hip to him. Yeah.
Yeah, because he's
so they're already
cool.
watching him.
So they're already watching him. So now Mr. Big Purchase guy come up and he's doing whatever. Keon don't give a fuck. They know Keon. They know Keon better than you know Keon.
Yeah.
There's no way I'm going to Keon.
Right.
If I'm in and like say back in the day when I used to have a groceries hustle where I write checks for groceries. Mm-hmm. And I go on they had a store called Cash and Carry back in the day. Groceries, they're like Publix, let's say. And I was getting those checks, no IDs. So their policy back then was you can overwrite the check for $50 and get cash back, $50. So my hustle was I'd hit you up for groceries. You pay half of the receipt. So come get half price. But you gotta spend minimum of $300.
Yeah.
So $150 for me. That's what it's gonna be out. If you bring up a receipt and it's $210, you're gonna give me $150.
That's so like what people are doing now with the punchies, the CVVs.
So you might as well. So I would take no ID. I take them to the grocery store. I'm splitting the receipt in half. So because I'm your roommate.
Right.
So I write a check for you, $50. I write a check for me, $50. And God damn it, I forgot my cigarettes. So I go up front to the concierge and I order a carton of Newport. I wasn't even smoking back then. I get a carton of Newports and I overwrite for $50. So I overwrote for $150 and I get whatever cash for your groceries. That's $150. And already at the next cash you carry they're already pulling up, starting their grocery shop. So I would grocery shop on my grocery day.
Okay.
I do about 4 grocery trips.
Yeah.
And make me enough money where, okay, it was a good day type of thing. All of that is, and when I'm looking and choosing, when I'm choosing the register to go to, I usually like going to the managers that's helping out and they hop in line and help. I go to the assholes because they need to get a manager's key anyway.
Yeah. That's a fact for some things.
Yep, and then, so I already know. I know your policy's better than you, so I know you're gonna need a manager key.
Go over a certain limit.
I'm gonna go to the asshole, and I'm gonna schmuck her and schmooze with her off top, because I don't want her to come and now she gets the read on me. We're gonna get this read while we're in line. While, beep, beep. I'm gauging her. I'm kicking up a conversation.
Yeah.
I'm letting her know that I want her to hear my voice. How I talk.
Yeah.
I'm not Tyrone, T-Bone them.
Right.
I'm cool. Right. I'm finna look to see if she's married, he or she's married. I'm trying to fit in so we can start talking personal. But distracted personal. Like I'm letting you do your thing. I'm kicking up a conversation. You're gonna know who I am, and you're gonna like me. While we're doing it, it was a game.
Yeah,
You know,
that's how
I got nothing, and I'm not the type to sit here and argue. So if you're, no, you're not doing such and such, I'm not gonna be like, hey, outraged. What?
Yeah.
I got plenty. Fuck that. Okay, have a good one. I'm not gonna give you no chance I'm sitting there arguing, creating a scene, get the police a chance to come. I'm not that guy.
I'm not doing none of that.
Let me see that check for a second. Because fold, pocket. You'll never see that again.
Yeah.
And I'm out. We'll try it again. But we're not gonna try it again today because they call.
Right.
You go and get knocked out. I've seen that on many of YouTube where they go into one bank account, they clip, they go to another bank account, they clip. People call. They send emails. Yeah, we just had some. Just be on the lookout.
Especially now. All types of email alerts.
And criminals do the exact same thing. Like they're doing the same. It's a new hustle to you.
Yeah.
It's old to the manager that's been working at Best Buy for 5 years.
Yep.
And they come in and they get the same thing. What do they get? They want the iPads.
Yep.
The new iPhones.
Yep. Nah, for real, because it's just like, even with me, like when I was dealing with the credit card scam, I was getting they only on the magazine, so they just charged me like for a bullet or some shit like that, and they charged me for a fraud. Yeah, that's Virginia.
That's Virginia for you.
That's Virginia for you. In the bag, in the closet, in the hotel that they knew mad people was at already, but yeah. I ain't about to play with them at trial. The person called came up to the hotel herself. Then called the cops to the hotel when she got there. Crazy. She coming to court and shit, even though she done got the money back. Like, bitch, it was a credit card. It wasn't even really your money. It was the bank money, nigga. That it was your credit limit that I took from you. Lucky I ain't take the whole 10,000 off your card. Bitch, mad. They credit you the money back on your card and you still crying about it. And I know they did because you got police reports, you got everything you need. You going to court, like, fuck you still coming to court for? Driving like 2 hours just to come to court, bro. That shit crazy. Driving from Washington to Virginia. Just to show her face in court, just for all my court dates. She don't even talk or nothing. She just comes just to show up to the court date. DA just say, yeah, we have the witness here today. I mean, the victim here today. Virginia. I got a flight. I was flying this shit for 2 years back and forth to Virginia, hopping on a flight, back and forth. And we finally came to an agreement.
And having to do the county hop thing.
Oh, yeah. That shit, when I get in New York, it was worse. I was fighting like 5 cases.
And imagine how, like, my game, so I'm going and checks and yeesh. I remember I had to fight from Atlanta. I had some stuff going on in Atlanta. The worst time was when I had a bunch of stuff in Florida. So I had to go to Polk. I had to go to another county. I had 3 different counties. But like county hopping.
Oh, you got caught up out here with that shit?
In jail, I had all that shit going on. Yeah. So I had to county hop. To get extradited from Atlanta to Tampa took 2 days, yeah. 2 maybe 3 days of solid transport in like the court ice cream truck, like no cushion, handcuff, shackle. Mm-hmm. That was probably the worst experience I've ever had to endure. Like by the time it was ended, I was like shaking the van, kicking it. I was disorderly.
I already know.
Like you,
that in prison.
And like when you drink, they give you something to drink. So you're in a holding facility, so you're drinking water. Mm-hmm. Pee before you have to go. All right, I'm pissing. 20 minutes into the road, like you've got to piss.
Gotta go down.
And it's like you gotta go.
Yeah.
They don't give a fuck. What are they gonna do? Stop at a, no, we got you. It's only 30 minutes. You're an hour and something out.
Yeah.
It was a horrible experience.
Transportation.
It make you not want to go back to jail.
Nah, for real. That's the worst part.
And then
Shit, uncomfortable. In prison, you shackled to somebody else. They got your feet shackled and you shackled with somebody else. Like when you going from prison to prison. I was fighting a case. I was going to jail on the outside court. So they was taking me from my facility, and I got kicked out because once you catch a cutting charge, like they ship you out the prison, they send you to another prison. So I had to go back to that prison that I came from, and then go to the outside jail over there. And they did that straight like for 3 months, back and forth. Like I'll come to back to my jail, and then like 2 weeks later, pack up, come back. 2 weeks later, pack up. I'm like, oh, y'all doing this shit on purpose.
they doing it on purpose.
But I ended up beating it. But I don't know if they knew I was beating it and they was just fucking with me. But that shit is the worst because you gotta stop at jail. We stopping at max security. 'Cause I was in the medium. We stopping at max overnight. I had to spend the night there. They only giving us peanut butter and jelly and some little ass cell, like bathroom size. Like that shit crazy. Spend the night there. They go back on the bus in the morning, shackle back up.
I went to a jail. I want to say it was Quincy, Florida.
State, yeah.
And like when I tell you small, max population, just because I had to transfer.
Okay.
So, matter of fact, I was in prison and had to come back to Tampa to deal with fraud stuff. It stuff comes up
there?
in prison. Like it came up way later. And what was going to have to happen was I would have EOS'd out of jail, out of prison, but I wouldn't have been in the sentence. I would have in the sentence there, and Hillsborough County would have been there to pick me up and bring me to wrap up that case.
Yeah, but your time's still running from.
No, they would have waited until like end of sentence for prison. Then brought me and I got to handle this court shit, and I might have had a bond or whatever. I didn't want to go through that. So I spent an extra ducat to my lawyer to bring me to court while I'm in prison. Yeah. I'm not doing nothing else.
Hell yeah.
And then so Quincy max capacity was 36 inmates. We made, I think it was 34, and we made 36. So we were literally sleeping in the day room with mattresses, and just like me and the other guy, he slept on the floor, I slept on the table. Like those metal stainless steel tables with the circle. So I put the mat on there and slept. It was so hick that like the small restaurant cooked for the jail. So when I tell you like these little white, you go to mom and pop, whatever, they give you the little white styrofoam thing and it'd be filled up. I remember we had mashed potatoes, meatballs, string beans, and like this pound cake, just a piece of pound cake. It was good. Yeah, like it was like, because there used to be people paying for this food. It was seasoned. Mm-hmm. The meatballs were tasty. The cake, we had like these, the real cheap plastic forks, the small white little, just bending the cake.
Oh yeah.
And I'm just eating it. And I am absolutely never a guy like, you're gonna eat that? I don't eat other people's food type shit, but I don't know these people. I'm looking.
Oh, hell yeah.
I'm looking. Now, I'm a canteen guy. I don't even go to chow hall when I'm in prison or whatever.
Yeah.
I canteen and shit. I goulash.
That's a fact. Thank God I come.
But that food was delicious. Tiny county jail.
Yeah.
It was so small that the inmates were not only calling the officers by their first name. Miss Sarah, I remember Miss Sarah and Mr. Mike. Miss Sarah was like the sergeant. She was so laid back and lax. True story. She left, those real big metal keys that the jailhouses use, and they, you know, put them in and clank. And she left that key with her other keys in the door. So like it was like you walk in and there's this downstairs area that is not jail. There's no locked doors except for the regular store-bought lock that's in the front of the sheriff's office. You go, the stairs lead up to the jailhouse thing.
Okay.
There's a gate like thing in front of these stairs. They converted this place.
Yeah, it's like everything caged up.
Everything converted. And that door is always open. The top where the guys are is locked. That's where she left the keys. Literally. Yep. At the top where literally a guy took the keys out, walked them downstairs. Miss Sarah, you left these up here. That's how small it was.
Yeah.
People would park outside and yell upstairs, I called you. Literally, this was one of the conversations. I've been calling you. Why you ain't I was on my way here. Did you drop the money? Yeah, it was a tiny, tiny place. Tiny place. And like they ship you from spot to spot in that truck, and you're sitting waiting until those guys go to the hotel, shower and all that, come back, transport you. And you know, it's not A to B, it's A, and we're gonna go and pick him up, bring him out here. You know, it's a route. And those guys, it's horrible. Transport is horrible. If you're a criminal, stay local. No, don't. Stop committing crimes. Guys, we are going to wrap this up. Thank you very much for Ghost for coming in. All of his particulars will be in the description below. We are still giving out a 6-brand t-shirt. Dope t-shirt. We've even got like a colorway, like different colorways and all of that at the 1,000 subscriber mark. So stay tuned for that. Remember, if you guys have stayed this long, appreciate the support. Remember to like and subscribe. It helps the algorithm. You guys stay tuned. There's a whole bunch more to come. And thanks for the Black Zack support. Like, he loves all you guys. I will keep you up to date as best I can. And that is it. Peace.